Do I need my bright light or no?
Do an AB. Oh. Where did you go?
What?
What happened?
What happened?
I don't know.
It said it lost connection with my camera.
I love how it did that right after we went live.
I know.
Oh my god. Well, I'd say either light is fine as long as your video is on.
I know. How did it do that the moment when?
I don't know. You're just talented. Hi, everyone. we're having technical difficulties. Fork found in kitchen.
I'll be there shortly. Every time, I swear to God.
Rachel has some sort of curse with her camera setup. I don't know.
I don't know why.
Actually, it's not even just your camera. It's like Discord. There's something in your computer. There's something lives in there that needs like salt and burned.
I think that happened, like the stuff with Discord happened before the computer that I got.
Oh,
the computer that I have now. So
that's a haunting of Discord itself.
No, that's a haunting of my Discord account. I don't know why.
Oh my goodness.
It's just one of those things. I don't know. Technology.
You're just chosen to suffer.
Well, yes.
Why, yes.
Well, yes, I am. Thank you. That is the name of the game.
So, I guess we are gathered here today to talk about
that behind the
scenes footage, which I hope everyone has seen. Please tell me if you haven't seen it.
I don't know how you would not have seen it.
Like, maybe not being on the internet for the past 24 hours. That's possible.
Mm.
I don't know why the first thing they would do would be join our stream after not being on, but...
Yeah. Are we live on the TikTok? Because it doesn't say we are.
Oh, shit. I have to press go live too many times, man. It's too much.
Too many.
I have to press it in StreamYard, then I have to press it in Instagram, I have to press it in TikTok. It's
this is why I check. This is why I check for you.
Well, like, StreamYard's like, yeah, it's one stop. You just press one button. It's like, yeah, if all of the places you're trying to stream play nice with you, it's like TikTok won't even let you stream through StreamYard. Like, I have to, like, drag... have to do desktop and like screen record. So if you want to know why there's a small tiny me in the top, that's the actual live part, and the rest is a screen share of StreamYard.
You just get double the dose of Han. It's great.
Yeah, I have to have me on the screen, or it's like you're not actually live, and it'll kick us off.
It's like no.
Hi G, hi Nelly.
Hi.
Nelly says that, Nelly says hi, and G says, I love y'all so much. We love you too.
We love you too.
Where should we start?
Our 24-hour crash out.
It's still happening.
It's still happening. We're still there. We never.
I need things to stop happening on weekdays. Like, I actually can't handle it.
They always happen at, like, the most.
In opportune times, yeah. Hey, Kenny!
Hi, Kenny.
Kenny Rose is here.
Yay!
Oh my god. So, this dropped at what? 6?
It was like 6. Oh, Alexandria's here! On YouTube.
Hi.
She also had a full crash out. Oh, it was her husband.
Well, I kind of had one in front of TJ. He just left me alone. Like, he doesn't ask questions at this point. He really doesn't.
He's learned, and he is very smart. I was visiting my friend who was recuperating from surgery at her house, and so I was trying to like be very mindful, hold space,
be very demure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I saw that on my phone, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I think I texted you. I was like, "I'm crashing out again."
Yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah. I think this was actually mild of like an outward crash out for TJ, my partner, to see. Like one year, like our RDJ did something on Thanksgiving or Christmas, and I literally just left without a word and like closed myself in the bedroom and was screaming. And I heard him being like, "That's just her other husband. That's RDJ. It's fine.
It's fine.
Just ignore her. This is all normal." Mex DeLorean on Insta said, "I was coming home from a sports event on the bus and I got this. I was crashing out bad."
Good to know that this is like
on a bus.
Universal fandom experience.
Oh my god. I'm so glad really I was at home. I can't imagine like being out in public because I've made so many noises.
Most of them just pain.
Yeah. Yeah, and continued to make them.
Like last night we were talking on the phone and it was just like continued just like, oh my god.
We joined SJ's live at like 1 a.m. and we were there until almost 4, like 3. It was like 3:30.
Yeah.
And then Rachel and I were like, we should really go to sleep. And then for 30 Nellie's asking if something happened. Oh no.
Nellie, do you know?
Nellie, did you not see the behind the scenes footage?
Oh. Let us be the ones to tell you.
Nellie!
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
Nellie, okay. Hold on.
If you
go to 911. You don't have Insta. Okay, but you're on TikTok, obviously, because you're talking to me on TikTok. Okay, G is gonna tag them. Allie!
Oh, hi, Allie.
Allie's here.
Oh, and Alexa's here.
Yay!
Alexa has been hyperventilating pretty much nonstop. She was at work. You were at work and no more workouts on that day.
Oh, God. I'm so glad I work from home.
So sorry for your productivity yesterday and today. And tomorrow,
Rip.
probably.
Rip capitalism.
I know tomorrow when I'm at work, it's going to be that meme of like, nobody knows that I'm thinking about. And everyone else is just
gonna be
firefighter.
Like,
we know.
We all know.
They ask about the podcast all the time. I'm like, it's going great. But they don't watch it.
Oh my god.
Like,
that's crazy. Nellie, how did you not see it on your For You page on TikTok? It's all I see. The editors have already gone crazy with it. Like, it's everywhere. It's great. I just get to hurt myself with every swipe. But yeah, so this was a scene. It's all over AO3. I haven't read any fic yet. I haven't had time.
I've seen a couple get.
Oh, okay. Nellie said, "Oh my god, I just watched it."
Oh,
okay.
We're getting a live reaction.
Oh, live reaction. Yes, please tell us your thoughts, Nellie.
Julia's also here. Hi, Julia. She also crashed out so hard. It's a party.
It's a crash out party. Buddie canon win.
2025.
2025. G said, "For real, I actually cried and my brothers were so confused." Oh, I burst into tears, you guys. I literally burst into tears. I mean, we've already had so much confirmation, but like, yeah. It was a welcome distraction. I love when the fandom has something to focus on because
yes,
we do way too much better when there's something happening for us to convalesce around
collectively.
Oh yeah,
gather round.
But I think all right, now everyone has seen this, right? Everyone present has seen the behind the scenes video.
Yes.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. We're gonna move forward talking about it.
No. Now we don't have.
Now we have. Nelly says.
Spoilers for the spoilers.
Spoilers for the spoilers. I'm like, Nelly made it a long time before they were like, what is happening? Okay.
That's how you stay off the internet.
I know. I'm trying to be like you, my man. I mean, I can't. This podcast makes me even more terminally online than I already was.
But now it's like, it's for a purpose.
Oh, yeah. And that can be like, it's for work.
Oh, Alexa just said it's Buck's depression outfit, though. That's Buddy confirmation for me.
His depression outfit. Wait, so the green, it's like the greenish khaki-ish things?
Green or not? It's like a lighter, but it's kind of greenish. I mean, tell if it's like gray.
We're gonna have to wait for...
It's like grayish, greeny something.
We're gonna have to see what it is after they do the color grading and stuff, because that stuff normally is very intentional. Yeah. So we'll have to see. But it did look green-ish.
That's what I thought too. I was like, is this breakup green?
We were on break green. We were on a break. Oh my god.
Oh, he's in gray and the sleeves are loose. No tight fit. He has to have room for all of his emotions. Oh.
Oh, yeah, he does. He does need room for all of his emotions.
Okay, good. I thought I lost y'all for a second.
No, I was wheezing. Oh. I was just thinking about the astrology episode, and I was like, we can't talk about it yet.
Not yet, but we're so excited.
Yes, a week from today. Yes, yeah. You'll know the official big three of Buck and Eddie. They're going to move to Texas and be a big, happy family trust, Nelly. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no.
Sarcasm. Alexandria said, noticed Eddie wearing the same tank style he wore with the priest convo. Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Oh, for sure. So interesting that they have him all of a sudden, like finding joy and losing his sleeves, right? Mm-hmm. Like maybe his sleeves were his inhibitions the whole time, and it started with the bachelor party when they ripped it off.
Sorry.
That was the beginning of it.
Mextalorian says, what song do you think is playing in the background? I keep seeing Was It Over being a common answer, but what do you guys think? Was It Over by who?
Like, Is It Over Now by Taylor Swift?
Like, Is It Over Now by Taylor Swift? Because I don't think that's the vibe. Listen, SJ's live last night was like a collective like brainstorming of songs. But then today I also was like, I just want to go through a lot of my music. And I have these playlists that I started after episode 8. One is called Abandonment Issues, Buck's version. And then Urinating, Buck's version. So I just spent the first while I was working, I was listening on for 4 hours adding stuff to playlists. So let me give you. Oh, I started a thread on Twitter with some great options. So I woke
up this morning and I just saw what he tweeted and I was like, oh. I was like, great.
I was crashing out, man. I'm still crashing out.
No, I think it's so funny when because I get all of the notifications.
For and you're like, oh, we tweeted?
I was like, oh, we said this, great.
It's really funny when you send me a thing and then I go to respond as Buddie and you've already done it. And I'm like, damn, she beat me.
Yes, because you usually beat me everywhere else, though.
I do. Okay, so... Already Gone by Sleeping at... Well, so it's a cover by Sleeping at Last. Was the first one on my thread. If you don't listen to Sleeping at Last, they'd be the perfect choice for a moment like this, because they're very soft, very whispery, kind of sad vocals. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like, remember all the things we wanted. Now all our memories, they're haunted. We were always meant to say goodbye. Even with our fists held high, it never would have worked out right. We were never meant for do or die. I didn't want us to burn out. I didn't come here to hurt you. Now I can't stop. And then the chorus, I think a lot of people know.
Oh my gosh.
I want you to know that it doesn't matter where we take this road, but someone's got to go. And I want you to know you couldn't have loved me better, but I want you to move on, so I'm already gone.
Actually, that would be really good.
It would be really good, and it's so somber, and like the way it's like arranged would be so good. Okay, so Meg said Taylor Swift. Yeah, I don't think that's the vibe.
I would love that.
Rachel and I were going through
every
Taylor Swift song option. Do you want us to do specifically Taylor Swift? Because I got
it was like
so
all of
many
the ones that referenced Rain, like basically all of Fearless, all of Speak Now, like
right. There's a lot.
Like this and this and this and this.
There's a lot on Fearless. Fearless, Speak Now, and Red had a lot.
Mm-hmm. But it's not like I would love to see that, but I don't think that's
like
the vibe they would go
atmospherically
for
right.
In the show. That's for all of the edits afterwards. Like, please.
Yes, exactly. Let me see. I think Let Her Go by Passenger would be a really good option. That's like, you only need the light when it's burning low, only miss the sun when it starts to snow, only know you love her when you let her go.
Oh, yeah.
That one. Can we talk about the feelings realization elephant in the room? Morgan!
Wait, the what elephant in the room?
The feelings realization, because we haven't even talked about this. I just assume that we think the same things. This is a hive mind. So like, we didn't think that him on the couch at the end of 808 was his realization, but we were like, it's a something.
Yeah.
We think, I say we think when I still haven't talked to you about it. I think that he's going to have his feelings realization standing there watching Eddie drive away.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
If not like in that moment, then like very soon afterwards.
Yeah.
Because it's going to parallel so much
with Abby
at the airport. Like even the way that we were seeing them film it, like the blocking, and who put that together where it was like the side by side, and it was like the way he was turning was like the
exactly the same.
It's the same blocking. So
someone on Twitter made like a side by side, and
and it was excellent. We'll have to find that, and I don't know if we've tweeted it from or retweeted it from.
No, we haven't,
but we should. And it's just like so visually, that's already like in like kind of jogging your memory about Abby and Buck being left with Abby, and so to have this parallel, it's romantic. So like he would be like, why does this feel like Abby leaving again, or why does this feel worse than Abby leaving again? And it's like, oh, maybe a little light bulb goes off. And he saw that too. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait for that parallel.
Ignore the peek behind the curtain for a second. I forgot to like make sure I had our shit on. I'm trying to make sure I have it, so you don't have to hear my background noise. Because I swear to God, I hear it. Aha!
Oh, there, I did hear that.
Is that
yeah? So I mean, that'll be also, I think, really interesting with so many, like bringing Abby back into the fold. Alexa also feels like it's 100% a feelsings realization. Standing in the rain. I mean, it's so romantic coded. Standing in the rain, watching. Oh, one second. Bless you. Sorry, that was
how many in a row?
I didn't hear all of them.
That has the most insane sneezes.
Like, he's got like the most dad sneeze of all time.
But yes, comparing his first love to his last, Allie. Yes.
Yes.
They waited for the rain. Insane.
Especially with bringing Abby kind of back into the conversation with
into the
Tommy.
forefront of the like general audience's mind.
Especially with the I'm your first, but I'm not your last. Who else was his first? Was Abby. So it's just like all of these. Bless you.
Hi, Priya.
So all of these like parallels and allusions to Abby is crazy.
Yeah. Backtracking to the song for a second, I didn't see Allie's message, but she said they should do Break Even or The Man Who Can't Be Moved or any script song. I forgot about the script. I'm going to go through their discography because you're so right. That's like kind of the vibe. That's why the one that I like just talked about, I think, is that same kind of vibe. But then who tweeted? Someone tweeted or someone on TikTok. Fuck. I don't know.
Which platform
said one of our mutuals said said, what if there's no music and it's just silence?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, then I just
that was Hannah on Twitter, I think.
Okay. Triggered when you say Hannah because I feel like your full name made me.
Not you, Hannah. Sorry. I never call you Hannah.
I know. That's why I was like, what? Something in my immune system just is like dysregulated. Just hearing
am
that.
I in trouble?
Yes. But yes. So I think like either silence could be really good. Or like silence like building up to music.
Yeah, like it like something and like a crescendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hannah.
What?
Sorry, not you, Hannah. Multi-fandom gal on Twitter.
Okay.
Our mutual over there was like, what if there's no music?
Yes.
And
Hi, Rin.
And you responded and you were like, I've never heard silence quite this loud. It's just we've had Taylor on the brain.
Me. It's always there. So sorry.
You're so insulted.
I love her.
Happy to provide.
Kenny said, no, because the implications of it being so deliberate is making my head spin. Yeah. Yes. I mean, that's kind of where we've been since episode 4. Yeah, I think since episode 4. I mean, actually, since 705, if you want to be real. Specific.
Morgan said silence so loud I hear the brush of their jeans and the hitch in their breath. Listen, they're gonna be. That's like some season 2 Bridgerton shit, like, which is my favorite season.
Favorite season.
Like the sound mixing on that would be so good because then you can't. It's like you just zero in on that, and that I think if they decided to do that, that would be like impending, like immediate feelings realization for Buck.
Morgan said, I know they're not going to, but I've been going crazy over Goodbye My Lover by James Blunt. Yes. Why, yes, that's a great choice. I feel like I should make the playlist that I have and move it to the Buddie Spotify and make that public.
You should. And share it.
Yeah.
So we can all cry together.
There's a lot of like I stopped that thread after like 6 songs. I was like, this is too much to do it one time. For people, this is probably obnoxious.
Just breadcrumb it out, you know? You've got a month, 5 weeks, something like that, until 8/10.
Wait, did we know he had a truck? Like, I know that the Jeep died. Yeah. Sorry, Rin said, can we discuss how insane it is that Buck now has a truck and how insane I went trying to find evidence of him getting rid of the Jeep?
I don't think we ever saw it, like, in canon.
No.
It was just
we saw it in the background of masks in the graveyard.
Well, the truck, but like we never had a funeral for the Jeep.
I know.
My brain will always be Buck is Jeep, Eddie is truck.
Eddie truck, yeah. It's kind of weird that he has a truck.
Yeah, I don't like that. He's not a truck kind of guy.
No.
To me. No.
No.
And I'm just like,
Yeah,
sounds
no.
fake, but okay.
I'm
But
sorry.
it's a deleted scene. Maybe.
Maybe. So,
Maybe
I
they
don't
just
know.
didn't care
Maybe
enough.
this is just my biased bisexual opinion, but as a bisexual, you should have one of the following. A Jeep, a Honda, a Toyota, or a Subaru. And you can have, like,
Wow,
a
how
crossover, an
invalidating to me.
SUV. What do you drive?
A Murano.
I'm sorry for your bad choices.
Wow. So rude.
But yeah, no, the truck makes no sense. I don't get it. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. It's like,
there's a gray truck chilling behind Eddie in 707 when he meets Kim.
Are we on the bucket stalking Eddie train now?
I miss the Buck stalks Eddie era. Like before Confessions or right after Confessions.
Wait, the what?
So like there was like this little era. It was a very short era where we were, maybe it was just a buddy system era where we were like what if Eddie starts hanging out with Hot Priest and Buck goes insane and fucking stalks him to the church.
Okay, I remember that now. Oh, hi, Station 18.
Hey!
I'm guessing that's Sachi.
It's probably Sachi.
Hello.
So many besties here. Well, yes, of course, yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
That's not totally out of the realm of possibility. So
true. I just truly need to know what's going on with the Jeep for my Buck timeline purposes.
Ooh,
I mean,
what a project.
I love that y'all do that because I can't.
That is, I think, the one thing that we like between Hansil and myself.
Sill's
we were
coming,
just like,
yay!
Sill!
Everyone clap.
Yeah.
Do you know what's insane is that we're coming from the Marvel fandom and the timelines make more sense there than here. Like,
also, why do we sound like that? Why do we sound like what? Oh, is it echoey?
I have the echo cancellation on though.
No, I think like the double sound.
Double sound?
Like it's picking up on.
What about now? Hello?
So Liz is better. I can't tell.
Rachel is echoing.
Why am I echoing?
Why are we quiet?
Oh my God.
Why does this always happen to us? Hold on. Let me just turn all this shit off. Maybe that'll fix it.
It's always my fault.
They'll say that? Like, no, she thought it though. Okay, hold on. Sorry, you're probably gonna hear background noise now, so apologies. But hopefully it'll fix the volume issues. Is that anything? Is that better? Hello?
I don't know.
Rachel, speak.
Is this any better? Someone
you sound quieter to me.
What was that?
I'm like, you sound quieter to me.
Yeah, you're quieter
I need feedback.
to me too.
What?
You're quiet to me too now.
Does it sound better to other people? She's echoing. Why? What is going on?
There's only one of me.
Hold on.
Y'all, if you heard the technical difficulties we had while trying to record the couch episode.
Okay. All right, is that better?
Is this better? Is this any better? Syl
Can
is
you
here.
add Syl?
Hi, Syl.
Oh my God, that's weird. Hello. I'm on my phone because I
Okay.
didn't feel like doing the thing.
That's totally fine.
It's fixed. Yay!
We did
Thank
it!
you
Good team.
for your
Do you know what it
patience.
is? It's because it had been so long since we did this, and I didn't know if I had to add a separate audio input on TikTok.
Oh.
So sorry, but it was only screwed up for people on TikTok, so rejoice, everyone else.
You are also the
I was
chosen
confused
people
for the
suffering.
past 5 minutes the fuck we were talking about. So sorry.
Okay, yeah, can someone remind us what we were talking about?
Yeah, and after you're done, can you guys give me the evening report on what the fuck I missed today?
Oh no, it's just still a continued
We're just
crash
still
out
crashing
from yesterday.
out. Yeah. We're talking about the truck and the Jeep. Hold on, let me see the missed messages while we were doing this.
You guys are gonna have to read the
Yeah.
if I'm on my phone because I can't see it.
Meg
Oh, that's okay.
Delorian
We've got
on
it.
Insta said, "What if he got a truck because he's going to miss Eddie?" Why would you say that to me?
Oh no.
First of all, why? Okay, what did everyone else say on TikTok?
You know what's so funny? It's like
glitching.
we were just so Rin on TikTok was talking about how Buck doesn't have the Jeep anymore and it's the truck from the behind the scenes from yesterday. And we were like, yeah, Buck doesn't feel like a Jeep guy to us, but he drives Eddie's Jeep more than truck, Eddie, so maybe he is. I don't know.
Truck, not Jeep, truck.
Sorry. He drives Eddie's truck.
We don't understand why he has a truck. He doesn't seem like a truck dude.
Maybe it does feel like he's driving Eddie's truck.
Maybe.
Since he does that more often.
The TikTokers are always punished for other people's sins, shaking my head.
So true.
Listen, the TikTok people are punished because the TikTok live stream situation is stupid. That's why. So TikTok is punishing the TikTok people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, magician. Okay. Buck falling asleep on FaceTime with Eddie. Oh my god, I would love that,
G. Did you see the art? I forget who made it.
I've barely seen anything today.
No, it wasn't from today. It was from like a couple days ago, and I forget who drew it, but it was like a two-parter. One of them was like spending time with each other while they can, and it was FaceTime. Oh, I forget. It was on Twitter. Nelly, yes. But it was really good, and then there was like a second part to it.
If you guys know what it is, please tag us in it so I can see it. Because I haven't seen anything today, really.
I thought I sent it.
Art-wise.
I'm so sorry. It wasn't today. It was like days ago.
Oh, well then it's buried in our DM.
Yeah.
Because we can't shut the fuck up.
It's surprising to no one.
So we also... So, are you there?
I'm still here. I was just trying to... I'm just trying to figure out my life out. That's all.
This is supposed to be your break.
I know.
I was also saying, the three of us hadn't talked about this, but I was like, I just assume all three of us agree and think the same way. So Buck didn't have his feelings realization at the end of 808 like it was a moment, but I think he's going to have it watching Eddie drive away. Like, I think that's going to be the the actual OO.
I mean, yeah.
So you were right to assume. I think
he's going to feel like, I feel like he's going to feel like, why does it feel like my heart is being ripped out of my chest? Mm-hmm. As the car just drives by and drives away. Mm-hmm. And
Rin
I don't know.
Brokeback Mountain parallel. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I think what I'm curious about is, do we think that this scene would be like at the very end of 8:10 and that's what they leave off with, or do you think it would be earlier in the episode?
Thanks for hanging out. I think it would be I'm so glad you're caught up now on the BTS. So glad we could help.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Your reaction. That was great. I want to say the end. Like, that's a big moment, right? Like, I feel like it would, like, pseudo parallel the end of 806.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then direct parallel to Abby leaving in season 1.
Yes.
Which is, that's the end of that. That's the end of. Is that the end?
Oh, I don't remember.
Listen, we finished season 1 and we were like, good riddance. We will not return for a while.
Watch it end and then we get an Athena scene. Owie.
Why?
Listen, I would not be surprised if it's not like at the very, very end, because they do that sometimes. Because I keep thinking like
That's true.
like with 808, and that's at the end, but it's not actually. And I'm just like, in my brain, the episode ends there.
Our attention span ended there.
Because I like did not process anything else that happened after that. I was just like, what?
We live here now. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck's happening with carts. I don't need to know.
Yeah. And it is weird because like that is like the really that was like one of the really emotionally like or the emotional storyline of that episode. So like they would usually finish it on that.
Yeah.
Right? But they did
I don't
not.
know. I guess it depends what's going on with like this kidnapping story.
Which I'm so confused about now.
I'm very confused.
You're confused? I'm confused.
I wonder if the kidnapping starts in 10. Like, maybe that scene happens earlier in the episode, and then, like, Buck's crashing out and, like, goes to, like, be depressed at Maddie's, and Maddie's gone.
I would hate that.
I'm just trying to logic it, I feel like.
I know.
They said it's a
Wait, so you're saying... Hold on, so you think that the goodbye scene or the hug scene is at the beginning?
I'm saying it could be.
I like that idea, honestly. Because I think I was working with the idea of, okay, this kidnapping happens, but I mean, we thought it was Buck. We thought it was Buck. And like...
It could still be Buck if that's the beginning of the episode.
If you try hard enough, Buck can still get kidnapped.
Why?
Buck is my favorite character. Also me. Give Buck panic attacks. Kidnap him. Get rid of his loft with some sort of natural disaster.
Anyway, I hope that that's what happens. That it's like at the beginning or something. It starts off with a goodbye, and then for some reason...
4-month time skip.
What?
Rin was
said...
like, the kidnapping will take up 9 and 10. And I fear then that the end of 10 is the goodbye, and then a 4-month time skip. Realistically, I think that's what's gonna happen.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like if a kid... So, I guess, if we're going with that, if the kidnapping starts at 9, then yeah, that scene would have to happen at the end of 10.
Yeah.
Because, like, he seems way too chill. Like, he made cookies. He was not making cookies if his sister was, like, currently kidnapped.
Well, I think they would be found. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone is going to stay kidnapped for like 4 months. So.
Well.
It's possible, yes. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Do we know that there's a 4-month time skip, or are we just assuming?
They said that there is a time skip after 10ish.
They don't know what their own fucking timeline is, so I don't...
No, they don't, but Maddie's hair is different, and that I think implies a little bit of time.
She can get extensions.
I mean, she did.
Yeah.
But, like...
She got extensions for the time jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if Eddie and Maddie get kidnapped?
Listen, that's the dream. Someone write that fic. I want to read it immediately. Please.
Yeah, like any
Yes, Rin,
any
you're
way
right.
to
You're
to
correct.
put Maddie and Eddie together so they actually have a conversation would is good in my book. Sounds like a great time.
Oh, the reason they can't put them together
It's
no one
because
else
they
there.
would talk about Buck.
Yes.
And Maddie being the big sister with the eagle eyes that she has, who clocked Buck's crush on Eddie from episode 1, would realize that Eddie feels the exact same way, and then she would meddle.
I just think it'd be interesting if they were kidnapped and like Eddie was way more chill than her, and she'd be like, "How are you so calm?" And he was like, "Well, I know that Christopher will be okay because he's going to be with Buck." And she's like, "What?" Like, I think that would be incredible.
Yeah, it would.
Listen, anything to get us to the will. I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care how we do it at this point. Make it happen.
To be brought up again.
Ah, yes, Rin. We want the kidnap parallel to Hen and Chim. Anything to parallel like Hen and Chim, with Buck and Eddie to show the difference between platonic and romantic. Or I love the Madney Buddy parallels because those are always like super, like close and similar. So, I don't know. I don't know what we're actually going to get. I feel like what we're actually going to get is like what they're telling us on the tin, but we just are bored and have too much time and there's bad ADR and that.
That's the true
in
villain
the trailer,
of season 8. Just like the bad ADR where it's like,
yeah.
Mama.
Mama.
I
Mama.
can't get over that. Just like someone forgot to edit it.
Everyone was like, "That's not a child's voice."
No. Like, that is not adorable, cute little G.
This is the like shining version of G.
Oh my
Jesus.
god, terrifying.
I want it to be a tense moment where Eddie is like, "I don't trust you with Chris," to his parents, and that's how he spills about the love of them. I would love that. I mean, listen, this is the nuclear option, and do I think they're gonna do this? Probably not, because the show, for some reason, started off as a found family show, but keeps wanting to like redeem the.
It's like the opposite of Supernatural.
Yeah, but it's like they keep wanting to like redeem or like keep. It's like they show how shitty the parents are, but then like keep the parents in the life, and I'm like, could we maybe cut off the ones who like try and steal your child or things like that? Ren, do not apologize for yapping. That's what we're here to do. That's our MO.
This is
we added that to our subtitle, actually. When it's now like if you go on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen, it's the Buddy System, a 911 yapathon.
No, you came up
We're
with
not
my
a podcast,
favorite.
it's a yapathon.
You came up with my favorite new word the other day for one of our posts, and it was like
Yapalicious.
And I have not been able to stop like you know the Fergie song like delicious. So I'm like
Fergalicious
to the PPERLICIOUS. Like it doesn't really work, but like that's been on constant loop in my brain.
Yeah, I like that. We should make a parody.
We should.
But yeah, I need some sort of. So the nuclear option. Sorry, what I started saying.
Sorry.
It's okay. The nuclear option would be if his parents try and sue for custody, because then the will is getting brought up. That's happening.
It has to.
And then he's gonna cut his parents out of his life, and that I win.
So I win.
A win is a win.
Yeah, I really want now that we have like confirmation or as close to confirmation, unless he doesn't get to El Paso because, you know, Mr. Manier says stuff about like you'll never know what tree falls in your path, and I'm just like, are you
Meanwhile, it's a literal tree.
So I was talking about that earlier in the day before the BTS dropped.
Yeah.
Right? Because I can't stop thinking like that. The tree thing happened, and I was like, I don't trust you. Like when you use specific wording like this, and
chaotic, man.
How long has Chris been there? 3 months? Grandparents?
Sachi, that's a great question. Has it been 3? Has it been 6? No one knows.
The answer is yes to both of those.
It's whatever works best for the story. Because I think they say 3 months at some point. It hasn't been a year.
It has not been a year.
No.
I think they say at some point it's been 3 months. That is wrong.
No. They said it's been 3 months in 808.
Yeah, and then they said it like a couple I think generally what they do is they try to keep it around the same like time frame as real life.
Right. But
so,
it was
been
November. It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
So
whether or not they choose to acknowledge that or keep to it.
Yeah, by the time the time skip occurs.
Well, wait,
guys.
Oh.
You guys.
Well, because the time skip would be from, because we're assuming, 9 and 10 happens directly after 8, so then the time skip would just bring them to, March. So, I think it'd be more like 10 months.
Sorry, I was just thinking about Buck crashing the fuck out for 4 months.
Oh, God.
He's gonna be so unwell.
Yeah.
He better open his own bakery.
He just says yes.
Yes, actually. Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Anyways, we were talking about the stuff with the tree.
Oh.
And how literal Mjolnir is with his little Easter egg sometimes.
Well, when he's driving away in the rain, he's got his truck, but he's got a U-Haul on it. Makes it harder to handle.
Mm-hmm.
He's not used to driving.
He's really not. He's passenger princess. This is probably the first time he's had to drive in months, if not years. Which leads him to being kidnapped.
See, it can all happen. Rin, you're mine.
We can always make it about the kidnapping. We can get there. Allie, I want Buck to stop baking. Bummy's using a way to keep their ship afloat. Listen, let them do their thing. Who cares?
Yeah.
He's gone, he's not coming back. They want to...
I will just refer to Tim's comment about it, which was he is definitely in Buck's past.
Yeah.
He said, does that mean he'll never show up again? No.
No, but he's not gonna...
He said, verbatim, he is in Buck's romantic past. So to me, I'm like...
So we recorded our plot device episode.
Oh yeah, we did talk about this.
Where we talked about how long did we talk about it? This is 4 hours. 3.5, 4 hours.
Yeah, that's gonna be our next
So astrology comes out
after
a week from today.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 weeks from today.
Yes.
Plot device. That comes out the week before.
So next week we have our astrology episode. And then we're taking...
Oh.
Oops.
Oh no.
I'm back. I am also here. So what I was saying. So next week will be astrology. We're taking another week off, so we can try to get ahead of schedule, our personal schedules.
Yeah.
And then the week after will be plot device. So that I think is the 27th.
Yeah.
So
if you guys would like to preemptively go onto Spotify and Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review, in case we get review bombed.
That occurred to you last night. It's
it did.
Oh,
at 3 a.m. I was like, because we did get 1 or 2 of them back when we had that reaction video they didn't like.
Yeah.
Which wasn't even bad. We've never trash talked Tommy. We just say I've never trash talked any of the characters other than the parents. They fucking deserve it. But every other character, I'm just like, this is who you are in the show. I'm treating you like you're a real person, that I'm analyzing your character. And if you're gonna be kind of a shitty person and treat people terribly, then I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. And we try in the plot device episode, we try really hard. And I think for the most part we succeeded. We didn't talk about, like, Tommy as a person, because we talked about how he was being used in the narrative.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
Because, like, it is what it is. So,
it's basically, so it's plot device, and it's about how he is a plot device there for Buddie. So really, it's a Buddie episode. Shocking. For us, I know.
Ooh. Kenny, totally changing the subject a little bit.
That's
but,
fine.
Kenny said, I bet Helena's telling Chris Eddie is okay with him being in Texas, but he wishes he'd tell him to come home. I think I've said this before. I want to see, like, a little Christopher POV, like his daily life over in Texas, and see what that truly has been for him, and, like, his feelings on
they're not,
living in his grandparents' house, who
I would love to see
are
it.
strict.
They're not gonna do it.
I know. Maybe someone should just write that fic. And just, like, I want to see him.
There are some fics.
There are.
Yeah.
But, like, I would love to see that, because I think we need to see, like, something, or at least maybe that's when Eddie finally gets to him.
Mm-hmm.
Also wonder if he actually likes chess, or if that's
I have no
safe
idea
that Helena and Ramon let him do.
Like,
I don't know.
They just infantilize him, and he fucking hates that.
I kind of feel like they, like, Helena and Ramon would just, like, put a bunch of stuff in front of him and are like, what do you want to do? What do you want? Like, all these extracurriculars. Like, here, you want to join, like, the swim club? Here, you want to join the chess club? Life is so great here. Here's all the things you can do. And it seems like it's independence, but it's not actually.
No. We just rewatched Eddie Begins yesterday.
Oh wait, Julia, you're so sweet. Julia
What?
tried to give a 5-star and realized wasn't able to because you already rated it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's like you already left kudos.
Oh my god. There needs to be another button for, like, give additional kudos.
That's just leave a comment.
Yeah.
People leave me comments on my fics like that. They're like, second kudos.
I'm surprised they let
they
Chris
Chris
near water. I'm not sure they know. I'm not sure they know how close he was in the tsunami.
That's very possible. It doesn't seem like... It's just so weird. This whole situation is so weird. Because, like, they haven't been involved in his life since they moved, really, other than the, like, 3 times we see them visit each other.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to be living there for 6 months...
Yeah.
I can't imagine living with any of my grandparents for 6 months. No.
Oh, Alexandria said, as much as I don't want Eddie to leave or be gone for long, I would love to have an episode where we meet Eddie's sisters and have some more history for Eddie's past. Absolutely.
We need the sisters.
Absolutely. There was a fic that we just read.
Yes.
Hannah and I just read. What was it called?
Hold on.
It was like Oh Brother something. We absolutely need Sophia and Adriana.
We have
So
too
the
many
fic-
fucking channels on our Discord.
Hold on, I can find it. You can
No, I got
summarize
it. I got
better
it.
than Okay.
Is this it? Nope,
It's,
that was a different one.
no, it's Oh Brother something.
Oh, brother, I see you.
Yes.
You burn like me. Yeah. By Canadadry?
Canada Dry.
Canada Dry? Okay, that makes more sense. I just saw Dad. Was trying to get there. I was like, Canada Dad?
I think it's Canada Dry on AO3. So
Okay.
what was the title again? Canada Dry?
Oh, brother, I see. And then parentheses, you burn like me. That's how you know it's a good fic, because there's parentheses.
Yes, of course. And it's all lowercase.
Of course.
Anyway, so it's an excellent fic. It's like an outside POV fic from both Adriana and there's a chapter from Maddie as well. But like it like developed Adriana so well.
That's great.
And it felt like such a lived-in character, right? And it was fantastic. Everybody should read it. It was really, really good. But yes, we need
Adriana so badly.
We need Diaz sibling content. I would love to see that.
I need to see Eddie and Abuela, since he's going to be there. I would love to see him having a talk with Abuela.
Yes.
About everything. Chess and swim club are things where they can have someone else watch him.
That's also interesting, because we always think of them as like so overbearing and like gotta be in our vicinity at all times sort of thing.
With Chris, yeah, because they
for Chris, yeah,
infantilize him, yeah.
But like, but to have an extracurricular being like
yes,
pawning him off, I guess.
Or instead, Abuela just takes him over to the side and is like, "You need to take Chris home."
And also, does anyone else even know?
This is the thing that
No!
This is the thing that I'm really dying to know. Has he even told Christopher? Has he even asked Chris? Chris is gonna be so fucking pissed. He's gonna be so fucking pissed.
He's gonna make it worse. Listen, the people who know are going to be Buck and Bobby, and therefore the 118, because he has to be like, either I'm taking time off, or I quit, or I would like a transfer. I do not think he's told Chris. Because the way Eddie is just like, I'm gonna make a decision, I'm gonna stick to it, and it's gonna end not well, because I've thought this out, but he doesn't really think it out.
He just shows up and everyone's confused.
Yeah. They're like, oh, great, how long are you visiting? He's like, forever. He is so stubborn and impulsive.
He is.
Yeah. Well, we talk so much about that in our episode next week.
Oh, yeah. And and the stars are why. No, seriously, like, he really is, like, stubborn and impulsive, and, like, he ends up, when he makes these kind of decisions, he makes poor decisions that affect not him, but everybody else as well, and it's just like...
It's so... I mean, I guess Buck does too, but in different areas of his life. It's just crazy to me to, like, see him to keep making the same mistakes, like, with Christopher, especially, because Christopher is the one area of his life where he, you know, tries his hardest.
Yeah.
So for him to, like in season 6, when he left the 118, and then Chris was like, I never asked you to do that.
It's that, okay, so it's that thing that Shannon tells him in Haunted,
sure.
where she's like, you just make decisions for everybody
because you think you know best for everyone else.
Yeah, because like usually when it comes to Chris, he does actually know best, but when it comes to other things, he doesn't, and that's why and it's because he also doesn't ask anybody for any, you know, like, third-party opinions on this stuff.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, there we are. He keeps it very internal, but the moment he actually, like, tells someone about something, and it's usually Buck, and Buck gives advice and Eddie takes advice and things work out a little better. So I think it's a form of self-sabotage.
He does take everything very, very literally. I can tell you why I think that is. Because I think he is on the spectrum. I also take everything very literally. It's a problem.
Sometimes we just have to
he does take everything very literally because fucking Brad was like, don't let another inch grow between you two, and he was like, great, moving my entire life.
Literally. Like, okay.
He meant like talk to your son.
Maybe when making a large decision like this, I don't know, talk to somebody else before you make that decision.
And
that
like,
does him telling Buck about it
because
doesn't
count. It's like if he thinks Chris doesn't want to come home because he thinks Chris doesn't want to live with him. Like, what does he think he's doing? Like, just driving down there to just like haunt his son's life and just kind of like lurk on the outside?
He's gonna be stalking Chris.
Yes.
He's gonna show up at like the chess matches and the swim meets and be like, yeah.
No, and see, but this is why I'm kind of nervous about Helena and Ramon's reaction. Because, like, I know we talked about this, and then we were talking about the legalities, and I think we asked if there was, like, a lawyer in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Sachi said earlier that you can't...
6 months.
You can't sue, or you can't, like, petition for custody in Texas unless it's been, like, 6 months or more.
It's been 6 months or more.
6 months. Even if it hasn't yet, even though it definitely has, when we do the time jump, it definitely will have been.
Yeah. So continue.
No, that was it. That was my thought. I'm just...
Where's the lawyer?
That is just big yikes.
Yeah.
Big yikes right there.
Because, okay, we just rewatched Eddie Begins, right? And
for fun.
Well, for fun, and our friend Nikki, who finally broke down and started watching 911,
she was bullied.
Yeah.
We
were like, you have to
bullying.
watch this with us. And then we evilly cackled before every big moment in that episode. I'm sure it's a joy to watch with us for the first time.
And she was like, wait, what? And we were like, we can't tell you.
But, so in the episode, when he's having that big fight with his parents, and they're like, you know, it's talking about how he's killing himself, working the 3 jobs, and that the only life Christopher's ever known is with them, and like it's the most stable with them, blah 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 blah. I feel like we very well could. This isn't just like a wish list. I feel like it would make sense to get a parallel of that. Like they're very much setting it up. So we could get him moving to Texas and him trying to like kind of not parent but like be present-ish to just like witness his son's life, and like they like have a talk with him kind of like paralleling this one maybe.
Yeah, Kenny just said, I bet either of them will say, Eddie, he's happy here, he doesn't need you. Probably Helena.
Something like that. Oh, God. Or he's
Take her ass to court?
Or like what did they say? She was like, I know you love your son, that's why I know you're gonna do the right thing.
Yes.
That's what she says in Eddie Begins.
Which is the
Don't
worst
drag him
kind
down
of like
with you.
guilt trip.
Jail.
That is the worst kind of guilt tripping. Like
jail.
I don't get fed up with a lot of things very easily like that, but every time I watch
you make
that
the Gemini
scene,
angry.
Every time I watch that scene, I just like I see red.
Mm.
And then a demon lives within her and wears her skin, I think. Honestly? Bro, when she's at Eddie's house and taking Chris, like she shows up and she's smiling. Like she does look fucking possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even like a nice, like a smile that like meets like her eyes and it's kind. It's like
Like a I won.
I'm plotting against you smile, or it's like a fake smile, like you
like,
know,
I won. Hee hee hee.
Yeah, because this is all she's ever wanted.
Ugh.
Crazy work, that woman.
Tina and Sam come help Eddie.
Crossover. This is
the same universe.
There is gas and sip.
That's what I'm saying. It's canon.
It's canon. So
they're in the same universe.
This is what this is what Jensen was talking about when they were talking about a reap.
But I think currently, canonically, Dean is dead. Sam is alive.
This can be an alternate universe. Listen, this can be an alternate universe where rebar is not a death sentence.
Well, if it is the same universe, maybe it's like only one rebar per decade. Miraculous.
Okay, we've reached the rebar quota. We gotta let this guy go. No, but wait, no, because Chimney would have happened first. So it's like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So Chimney got to survive, and they were like, sorry, Dean. Those are the odds.
We
already filled that quota for miraculous
rebar to the head. And I guess because it was to the head, they were like, this trumps to the back.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? How did we get here?
Eddie going.
I was talking about custody.
Custody.
Helena and.
Oh shit! Hold on. I have to tell TikTok I'm still live.
Oh.
Still alive out here.
Stop telling everybody I'm dead.
I can still hear your voice.
What else can we talk about? That BTS stuff specifically.
Gosh. What would you guys like to talk about with that BTS specifically?
What would you guys like to talk about? You just give us a topic. We'll talk about literally anything.
Run with it.
And topic jump about 6 times, as I'm sure you have witnessed.
We just did like Inception. Topic Inception. Topic
Thank you,
Inception.
Allie. Let's talk about the rain, okay?
Let the rain fall down, awake my dreams.
And then Syl's little tagline, meet me in the pouring rain. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So crazy that every time, I think it was a tweet I saw, and it just like summarized it quite well. Like every time Buck or Eddie think they have to say goodbye to each other, it's raining, because we get the well, because it's raining, and lightninging, just saying. We get the well, and then we get the lightning strike, literally, and that's raining, and then this, and it's just like, but it's also specifically just like water things. Water's crazy in this universe, right?
I just have to say an idea, and then we can move on. We don't need to elaborate.
Okay.
You were like, these are all the times that they've almost lost each other, and then they are actually losing each other in the rain. I was like, what if the tree falls because it gets hit by lightning?
That was my thought. Well, part of my thought.
And then we
earlier.
just continue the lightning and rain correlation. That would be hilarious.
Oh, we get an on-screen flashback to him getting struck by lightning.
Lightning doesn't strike twice.
And then there's a call. Like, I'm talking about dramatics here. And then there's a call. And then it's like, I don't know, something happened. You need to come back.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
But yeah.
The rain is, I think it's intentional. I'm not really sure, because I know they're doing, like, it's hard to fucking tell, because they're doing the block.
Yeah, they're doing the
right
block
now.
filming. I would not be surprised if they did wait for the forecast to do that. Because I think with the, I don't know if this is exactly how it works, but I think with the block filming, they tend to film most of an episode and then most of the next episode, but like the order may be different. So they may shoot like 10 before 9 or something like that. Like we saw with 5 and 6, because they shot 6 first before 5, but I think they shot it pretty much in its entirety. And because it would be weird to have a director there for one episode and then just like 2 days, then come 3 days later or something like that. So I kind of think that they were waiting for the forecast for the rain.
When?
Yes, Alexandria, the fact that it was filmed in the rain, kept yelling, "In the rain!" Also, the parallel of Abby leaving him. We're gonna go into that. The rain is because Eddie's gonna recreate Tom Holland's
Umbrella. Listen, I was like trying to find a like really sad, depressing, slowed down version of Umbrella, because I was like, that would actually be a great song, like lyrically.
Ooh.
For that moment. Sorry, I was just trying to find like the past forecast for LA.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. She wanted to talk about rain. I'm researching. So
no, I love that.
There was no
Amazing.
rain Monday. Tuesday night there was a little bit, and then it rained most of Wednesday. Didn't rain today, and then there was a like 50% chance for tomorrow, but
my
then
God.
the rest of like the next week is like 6% chance. So
I mean, yeah, I mean you can't bank on that, but I think they might have used it to their benefit. And I just got.
But I'm just saying, if they didn't want it, like, because there wasn't rain the day before or the day after, so if like they really didn't want it to be raining, they could have just pushed it,
shifted the schedule.
Yeah.
I was also just thinking about a Cinderella story where it's like waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. Hopeless and disappointing.
Oh my god.
And it's like opposite kind of. It's always raining when they're about to say goodbye. Oof.
It is. But yeah, someone make a depressing version of Umbrella so we can... So, like, they won't use it in the episode, but so editors that can use it. We need that.
That would be fun.
Thank you. Let me call up Sleeping at Last, because actually that would be a fire cover.
Ooh.
Every cover they do is great. It's like the most beautiful, depressing thing you've ever heard.
I'm going to have to listen to them because I have not heard that.
Do you know... We might have had this conversation before. Saturn? It was a big Destiel song, but it's by them.
We did have this conversation before, and you did show me this song, and I did like it very much.
Do you know my, like, 6-minute Destiel edit? That's Saturn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Even during the shooting, it was raining. Was it?
Was it?
What?
Wasn't.
Oh.
Wasn't raining, but
God.
these blood shorted rayon.
But it sure did.
Why did my brain just go, it's rain and blood?
Oh no.
Jail.
TikTok's gonna put a content warning
Oh
on
my
us.
gosh. No, it's okay. That would have like broken my brain, but I mean, like, you know, there are exceptions to every rule.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was also.
What? Say it. Do you need to type it so I can say it? Oh my
No.
God.
It was also raining bullets.
Rachel!
I'm sorry, what did she say?
She said raining bullets.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go now. Listen,
Jesus.
I'm sorry. You just saw that happen in real time.
Real time.
The little promo clip that we put up today on on our socials, that was a funny one. I can't believe we caught that on camera where I was making a similar kind of pun but different, and you just
Wait, what went up today?
the one where the regret flashed before our eyes, and I was talking about Oliver's beautiful performance in 618, where he's looking at this baby that he just helped deliver. Right. And you just see a million different emotions come across his face, and I was like, yeah, it's a great performance, but it's a really quick wash of emotion. It's like lightning fast, and I've been censored. And you can see the millisecond where I realized what I said.
Scylla and I just stared at her.
Yeah, I get put in timeout every episode.
Several times. It's normally for puns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then she just says something so out of pocket that it takes her out.
Allie, how many times do you guys think Archie will say brother in his upcoming interview? Listen, I think we're in the minority where we love the way that he talks in interviews. We think it's really entertaining. We can decipher
to translate it.
I don't know if it's because we're delusional or because we're we've read his astrology chart. We just think we can decipher what he actually means.
This was also before we read his astrology chart.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
the one interview that we don't talk about came out.
Which one? Because we've known he's a double Virgo for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the one that he did with the one girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel and I watched it. We talked about it. All that we needed to talk about. We're good.
Scorpio.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, but he also talks in art speak.
Yes.
A little bit. So
he talks like a hipster. And that's my people, because I'm an elder emo, so I don't know, it just makes sense to me.
Yeah, and I went to school for art, so
yeah,
familiar with that kind of verbiage.
So whenever he says that, it honestly means the opposite to me. It's digging the hole deeper at this point.
Yeah, because Allie says can't believe a word he says anyways.
Oh no, you can't trust a word.
Thinking Marisol was endgame. No, I think he
Tim even came out and was like, I don't know how to get rid of her, but I'm going to, basically at the beginning of the season.
He's basically excommunicating her from the show.
Yeah. We were new too. Our first live episode was 706. 706.
I watched 705 live.
You did watch 705.
I was just I don't need to see the rest of 7.
I wanted to get caught up before I watched anything new. So yeah, we started watching. Well, I think Rachel had already watched some of it before, a while ago. I hadn't watched any of it, and then 704 happened, and I was like, I'm gonna wait until they're actually canon, and then I got FOMO, so. Yeah, I immediately caved a day and a half later and started watching it.
that was quick for you. Ooh, G's back. Hi, G.
Hey. I really don't know.
We're talking about anything and everything.
So one prior to the lightning strike, Ren.
Oh, Ren, I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I would have been crashing the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's
we haven't had to do a live near-death experience for Buckarett yet, so I'm actually really worried for when we keep saying we want it, but I'm when it happens, are we gonna be okay?
No. We're not.
My husband used to watch, so I saw it. Oh, you watched the first season, and then you were confused about 704. I can see that. We found plenty of gay things.
So many.
Watching season 1. But we were looking for it, so.
But we didn't have to look that hard, was the thing.
No. Everyone had it figured out it was happening already, so I was just in panic. Oh no.
Wait, the lightning strike?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I'm scared of like getting, this is one of the reasons why I avoid 911 Twitter now.
Oh, you getting spoiled for big things?
Yeah, like I don't want to know.
Yeah, I generally am in like I'm fine with the like the social media lockdown sort of stuff. I don't want to know things. This one from yesterday didn't bother me that much because I think we like really
knew this was happening.
Yeah, we were kind of preparing for it, so like it doesn't come as a big shock. Wasn't emotionally prepared for it. Mentally prepared, sure. Emotionally, no. So yeah. I'm like, we don't know where and how it will play out exactly. So like, there's still an air of mystery there.
Yeah, and we don't know what happens leading up to it. Maybe they have a conversation. Maybe they don't. We don't actually really know what this full conversation is.
No,
we just know like a couple things.
Yeah, I do love that you could hear Oliver so clearly.
Yeah, because he's loud as fuck.
It's so funny.
I say all of that affectionately because, like, I am also a very loud Cancer. So, loud vegan Cancer. Wow, we're like the same person.
You're like the same person. Anytime we have a question.
So sorry, I'm bringing up Allie's mortal enemy.
It's inevitable, really. Like,
at least I don't have a cat moon. I mean, I think the cat moon would probably be more balancing than my Aries moon to the Cancer, because it just like revs up the emotion. Like the Cancer will be like, here's something irrational, and then my Aries moon is like, no, it's totally, you're right. That's real.
Oh, G was spoiled of all Buck's disasters from an edit.
Oh.
That's rough.
See, that's why, so like when I started watching, these two were like reading fic and shit before they were caught up. I was like, how are you doing that? I'm like, I don't want to watch any edits. I don't want to read anything. Like, I need to be caught up before I look at any of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I had to get up to... I had to finish the shooting arc so I could start reading fics, because I'm pretty sure that's where I know, like, the fic world was, like, I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying, but, like, there was just some spice in those fics, okay? I'm sure,
Yeah. It's the NDE spice.
I went into it literally knowing nothing, guys, so, like, that the shooting thing happened, and I literally was like... like, I had no clue what was happening.
Oh. I forgot about that.
You forgot that I didn't know?
I think
I watched it with you.
You did, yeah. Scylla and I watched most of it together. Like, most of it, yeah. Oh my god, a core memory is just gonna be you and I watching the tsunami arc. Like, on my deathbed, I'll be thinking about that. We were so stressed. We were so angry. Every time anyone was on the screen that wasn't Buck or Christopher, we were like, we don't care. Show us the child.
I would like to see the child.
I would like to see the baby. Yeah, we were going through it.
Yeah.
It was not a good time.
No.
And it was funny because you guys, like passed me in the rewatch because you were watching it while I was still sleeping. And I felt like so much FOMO, but like part of the thing was I had started watching the show like in 2021 or something like that, and then I just kind of like stopped, which doesn't usually happen, and I think it was just because I was like blowing through the episodes so quickly, and it was a lot of like emotional stuff, and it got to like the very beginning of season 4, and I was like, I need a break. I need a break because I can't deal with the COVID storyline stuff right now because it was still too new. Because I think I started watching when 4 was just beginning, or I got to that point like when it was just starting to air, or maybe like a couple episodes passed, and I was like, I can't deal with this right now. It's still too soon.
I know what you mean, because
so I put it down for a bit.
But I was still watching Grey's and Station 19. Don't come for me. And they started doing the COVID storylines, and I was like, I'm gonna wait a bit.
Yeah,
this is a lot.
Yeah, and then it was like 3 years or like 2.5 years later, and so like I'd seen a bunch of stuff like tertiarily, if that's a word, that's a word, right? On like my socials, like on Twitter and Tumblr and stuff like that. So, like, I kind of knew what was already going on, so I saw when people were, like, freaking out a little bit. I just saw, like, teeny tiny little bits and pieces about, like, the end of season 4. And then stuff about, like, season 6. So I saw that stuff, and so...
I never saw anything. And you know, actually,
I saw the season 4 stuff on my timeline. I saw the shooting stuff on my timeline. But I didn't know, like, what happened, like, the aftermath. But I also, at the time, I was kind of like... I was really sick and tired of seeing these firefighters on my timeline. Like, and then look at me now.
So Rin watched all 5.5 seasons in 5 days. 5.5 seasons.
Are you
at the time.
okay?
Wait, what?
when Rin was watching.
Are you okay?
5.5 seasons.
That's
because Rin caught up live with the episode before the lightning strike.
Wow.
So at the time. And Allie watched it in a week.
So how long did it take us?
Couple weeks.
Yeah, it took us a couple weeks.
But I know it was like more than 2 me for a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no, we have to watch this together because I knew a couple episodes. And I was like, no, we have to watch this together.
You know what's funny that I just remembered, and I didn't retain any of the information from this? I edited a different podcast called Sort of Brilliant, where 2 of my friends sort fictional characters into Harry Potter houses. And they've done several 911 episodes. They did one that was just Buck and Eddie, and it's like 2.5 hours long. And I retained no information. I think the only thing that I did remember is they talked about Dispatch burning down. So, like, when we did get to Mayday, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I retained. Yeah. Nothing else.
Alexandria also started after 704 aired, but only knew about Buck being bisexual, and that's it. So got to be surprised with everything else. Now you're obsessed. Yes. Watched it also within a week. LOL.
Yeah. Here's my thing is like I totally this was like, you know, famous last words. But I was like, I'm going to watch this in the background just so I can I was like, so just so like, you know, if the thing actually does happen, that I can be like, oh, cool. I was watching it while it happened. And I just thought like it would be a chill thing that I wouldn't like get super into because believe it or not, I do have things that I don't do this for. There's a lot of things that I like, you know, just like a normal person. Well, not a normal person. There's things that I just like. And I thought this was going to be one of those things. I thought it was going to be chill.
Nope. Not chill.
It was not.
It was not chill.
It was not narrator voice. It was not, in fact, chill.
In my life. Same.
I think it was the tsunami arc.
Be casual about anything.
It was a tsunami arc. Because, like, I started in season 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you did that.
I know. I started in season 2, and so I had no basis for, like, what the fuck was going on with Buck.
Oh my god. Wait. Meg said tippy toes, tank top, buddy hug.
That's right. Meg here is a good friend of mine for almost a decade now. From the Supernatural
now she
fandom.
Is our friend.
And now she is a buddy. She's on our Buck Actually episode, if you want to listen to that. Over a decade? No. It was 2025.
Don't start arguing about your timeline.
It was 2015, now it's 2025. Don't gaslight me. Anyway.
True
She
friendship.
started watching. It's not July yet. She started watching 911, like when with the pilot, and
Meg's
she
an
has been
OG.
trying to get me to watch it, like consistently. And I kept going, like, tell me when the gay firefighters are like actually together, and I'll watch it.
Lo and behold.
And like when Buck came out as bisexual, I messaged her and was like, yeah, I'm still not gonna watch it until like they're fully canon. And then the next message she has for me is me being like, do you think the buddy system is a good name for a podcast?
I really hope you screenshotted that, like, just like for posterity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Syl and I decided we were gonna do a podcast when Han was out of town.
Yeah, I was at my best
busy.
friend's wedding. Is like the one time all year that I was like, I can't really like hang out or talk.
Yeah.
And I got a message that was so cryptic. It was just like, we have things to talk about, like, when you get back. And I was like, what? And she's like, don't worry about it. Like, you're busy. Like, we'll talk about it when you're home. And I was like,
go have fun.
I was like, say more words. And she was like, we're starting a podcast. And I was like, we are? Are we? That's not a question. That was a statement.
Yeah. And look at us now. Was that me that texted that? I'm so sorry.
I don't know.
I feel like, well, I mean, I think I said something on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember what I said.
See,
and then you were like, what? Just...
You know me, you can't, and all of us are like this. You're not like, say a thing and then be like, oh, never mind, or we'll talk about it later. It's like, no, now you will tell me about the thing immediately. Ugh.
Well, it was because it was like in my mentions on Twitter. It wasn't like a private conversation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And
then maybe I texted you. I'm not sure.
You texted me.
Maybe that is what happened. Yeah.
Sure, Meg. Sure, Jan.
Completely normal. And not
She's been
feral at
so
all.
completely normal.
About Destiel and Buddie. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, that is your lot in life.
So, what was I gonna say? Shit. Anyway, I'll read Bryn's message. Bryn said, I watched Supernatural and shipped SDL, but it wasn't this level for me. I'm insane about Buddie. There's a difference for me because it's like, I was insane about Destiel, but like, I never thought that was gonna happen. So it was very much just like, this is a fanon ship.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one, I'm like, it's literally happening.
It's happening.
Like, I think when we started the podcast, we were like, we're pretty sure it's happening. And then, like, a couple episodes into the season, we were like, oh, we're locked in. So locked in. It's literally locked in.
No one can tell us it's not. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting because, like, with Supernatural, we knew they weren't going to, even with the research and development, like, that they put into it.
That's why the confession is like, listen, I'm glad we have the confession. I'm glad we have it. Thank you. I finally, like, got products for curly hair. And put it on my soaking wet hair, because apparently that's a thing you're supposed to do.
Yes.
TJ said, and I quote, your hair looks different. And that was it. There was
that's a loaded comment. A loaded comment.
Who convinced you? Oh, O-Stark?
Wait, what?
Allie said it was actually that man who convinced me that Buddy's happening. O-Stark? Oh, Tim.
Oh, that other man.
Well, yeah, he has a plot device there.
Uh-huh. Was it when he said in that one interview that it was supposed to be with Eddie?
Oh yeah, like what was the moment? His breakup speech? Oh yeah.
Yeah, just the way they're setting up, like, I'm your first.
Meg, I don't know if you follow Allie, but she has this beef with Oliver. That's really funny. I think it's pinned on her TikTok if you ever want to go watch it. She refers to him solely as that man or that vegan. It's on pause. The beef is on pause for the basketball
Is this breaking
game.
News?
Is it on pause for the basketball game?
I'm so excited. I've never been more excited about basketball in my life.
A not beef, yes. It's a impossible beef, if you will, or beyond beef. Vegan beef.
This is not sponsored.
But sponsor me though, if you want to.
That basketball game is gonna go crazy. What's gonna be so fun is Syl is coming to visit me next week.
What's happening?
The celebrity basketball game is happening when you're here.
Uh-huh.
There's something weird in the universe that happens every time Syl and I get together, like, in person. Something happens, and it's usually supernatural. Like, Jensen or Misha do something, and we're, like, losing our minds over that. Like, everybody loses their minds
No,
over.
it's just what's really funny is that we're usually at Disney World.
Yeah, yes,
The magical place, like the most magical place on earth, and yeah,
but
literally literally in line to like ride test track, and we're just like complete like flailing, but also trying to act normal.
Public crashing out at Disney, like, and I think one of the last times we got together, when I was dropping you off, and we were in the car and we got like those notifications. This was over the summer when we were getting the Hawaii photo shoot from Ryan.
Oh.
we were freaking out about that stuff.
Rachel was driving on the highway, and this man decided to post those videos of him shirtless, like working out. And I was just like this the entire time.
No,
I did scream, I think. I'm so sorry. That was dangerous, actually.
At night. And she screamed, and I was like, what's happening? I was like, is DM gonna get in an accident?
You know what's funny? But what's also funny is that we finally arrived to our destination, and we're reviewing the content, and then fucking like the ambulance and the fire truck just drove by, and I'm like
right in front of us, and we were just like,
what? 911 gods? Hello?
And we were like the Dalmatians that we are now, just kind of like, what? So in true Syl and Rachel getting together fashion, there's gonna be the basketball game.
Of course. I better see Ryan there.
Lauren's gonna be so sick of me because she's gonna be here and I'm gonna make us watch
Good.
a basketball game.
Who's going to be?
Lauren.
Oh.
I don't have any other friends that live anywhere near me.
Oh my god, Sachi. Sachi and M caused COVID. Isn't Sophie Turner?
You guys, wow,
it's
your
all
rap
your
sheet.
That's a lot.
My god.
Focus this negative energy on Kermit.
Not Kermit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, Sachi from Station 118, Allie, I don't know if you guys know each other, but you're both Philly people, both Eagles people, so there you go. If you didn't already know. There's like several other Philly people.
Yeah.
That are like our mutuals.
You should have a meetup.
A Philly meetup.
Wait.
A Philly buddy Crashout.
Wait.
Why don't you guys go to a sports bar and watch the game there?
I can't
this
because
weekend.
Lauren's gonna be here.
Oh right, I forgot Lauren. My bad.
I mean, I'm coming up there in September now.
You are coming up here in September,
Hosier.
but Nikki's also gonna be here, so we can't.
Well, Nikki's part of the whatever. We dragged Nikki into this. She won't care.
I don't think she would be very happy if we drug her into that.
She likes
it's supposed
people.
to be Fran time. She does. That's true.
Not
Super
as much
Bowl
as
party.
me.
My Super Bowl party is going to be editing the podcast probably, and then taking a break for Kendrick at the halftime show, and then going back to editing the podcast. I'm gonna watch something else, people.
Superb owl party, yes.
Correct.
Excuse me.
Yeah, me and my partner do not like sports in general, but like especially football. So it's great. We don't have to watch football in this house.
I'm more of a baseball girly.
Yeah, I like baseball. I like going to baseball games though. I don't like watching baseball on TV. That's kind of like the worst for ADHD.
Well,
oh wait, actually, I haven't watched it on TV since the new rules, so that's possibly untrue now. I don't know.
not really. It doesn't speed it up that
it's
much.
Still, it's still.
And I'm just
slog.
like, no, I like it. Anyways, we're not here to talk about.
No, we're not here to talk
ball.
about sports ball. Hanging in bro.
Unless it's Oliver related.
But yeah, I mean, like, side note, if you guys want to do a Philly thing at some point, let me know.
I want to go.
I'll tell you when it is.
Okay.
Kenny said, I want an interview with Peter after Buddie goes canon, talking about his acting choices when with them. I would love interviews with everyone to get, like, what their thoughts are on if they saw that coming or not, or, like, if they played into it at all.
I don't think Peter or Angela are gonna do any press for that, because I think they're just, like, they don't have to.
No, I don't think they want to do press, like, in general.
No.
I think they do it for Paley Fest, and, like, then they're like, I'm good.
Bye, Meg.
Bye, I love you.
Bye. Good night.
Ooh, 3 a.m.
Don't crash out.
Gross. So I have to crash rather than crash out.
Yeah, don't crash out.
Have sweet buddy toe-touching dreams.
I would also love to see more Kenny press.
I would too.
Would I? Yes. Get Kenneth Troy on the phone.
We need to do more press for Kenny and Aisha in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we're only on we just finished season 2. But, like, there were episodes where, like, it was, like, big episodes for them, like, their Begins episodes, and there were, like, barely any press for us to
it was. I found,
look
like,
at. Oh, no, I'm
like
sorry, your
2
kitty's
interviews
sick.
with them each for the buddy.
Yeah.
The buddy. The
Begins.
You know what's on my mind. The Begins episodes, and I'm just like, we don't see. I mean, I know there are more going forward because I try to find as much press as I can. I know I'm missing some of them. So I'm like compiling. Actually, Sachi has helped a little bit as well. Sachi and M. But I'm trying to compile like all of as many articles as possible, just so there's like an archive of it. For what reason? I don't know. I just like to hoard things digitally. So
we like to hoard receipts, you know? We're archiving.
Yeah. I think because it becomes easier to go back and reference than like on, oh, you don't need to finish that. I throw stuff in whenever I find it. So can you, whenever.
Oh, finish that? There probably is no finishing that.
No. No, because there will always be more.
Yeah.
So it's not like a finished project thing. It's just like I came across this article. I'm going to throw it in the doc. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I just want to I also want to add like links to video interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I added a new column on there. So.
Oh, for that?
Yeah, actually, because of the Jeff Conway article with Oliver that I didn't have for last
Jeff Conway.
Season. Yeah. Oh, we can talk about that as well. Because he also had it like a 15-minute video, like the full interview.
Yeah.
So I added that in there as well,
which I have watched.
Yeah, it's a fantastic
It was one of
interview.
the first things I watched.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun when we get a match with that with
whatever that is.
Ryan. Very interesting. Interesting, because that's not one of the usual outlets.
Listen, it's a which could mean nothing situation, but like I feel like we're adding up a lot of press which could mean nothings. Like when you look at the photo shoots that he did,
the context of, in the context of everything else,
everything
it's
that
like
came before you. Yeah, because like the photo shoots with the queer or like queer friendly magazines from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And this, I don't know. Could mean something, could mean nothing.
Oh, gee, sorry. Yeah, where can you watch the basketball game? I think that's gonna be on ESPN. I'm not sure exactly. Hold on, we shall find out.
Pushed because of Tim's crush on Brad's actor.
What happened? What was that?
Allie said, she thinks that got pushed because of Tim's crush on Brad's actor.
I mean, is that kind of not what we were holding?
I mean...
Gee, for where to watch it, it's on ESPN platforms, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
Do you have to have an ESPN subscription on Disney to watch it?
Maybe.
But
SJ, I think,
SJ
also
is doing
said
a
that
live
SJ
stream.
will be live streaming it too.
know.
So,
yeah, he said that last night.
yeah. So if you don't have any of those things,
go hang out with SJ, who we love.
Yeah, SJ's so fun.
They're so much fun. I don't know why, but I randomly started thinking Chris will choose a TV film related career when he grows up. Kenny said.
Ooh,
interesting. I don't know.
I think if it's like, for example, like on my Disney Plus account, like I think if it's live, it's free. I don't
think so.
Because I'm watching a hockey game that's live, I think.
Nice.
So.
But you don't have like the ESPN stuff.
I don't know. It's got the ESPN button. The thing is, I didn't think I was paying for that.
It's probably connected to Hulu.
But the bundle is Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN.
Sachi said, I think
like that's a different
free
thing
because it'll be nationally,
it's nationally broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Cool.
Smart.
The Titanic is on here?
There's so much more shit on Disney Plus right now, man.
Yeah.
And it's like hard to like, cause the way all of these like streaming apps are laid out, it's so hard to like search through the content. So I'm like, I know you have so much more shit, but can I find it? Nope. Can I see what's new?
You have to like search for specific things, and it's like, it's hard to browse through. No. But
I mean, good thing I have no time to watch anything.
I know. Now all I can think about with Titanic is the fact that they used the Titanic tanks.
Oh yeah.
Over in Mexico to film the tsunami disaster. Like I can bring it back.
You can bring it back to 911 no matter what. Literally. That could be a game.
Only Rachel would win though. it's like Rachel's like, I don't know, trivia game that she does for us.
Oh my god. My Buckipedia.
Yes.
Facts. I love doing those.
I would lose.
You do. Good night, Allie.
Good night,
Good
Allie.
night.
Thanks for hanging out. No, we are definitely not a sports fandom.
Raw? No, I don't think so.
No.
It's so funny because everyone that I do see, and it might just be because of like who I follow, everyone I see who's talking about sports are Phillies fans. So
That's so funny.
but like they are kind of the loudest.
Mm.
So maybe
Par
that's
for the
why.
course.
I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty much just people from the Philly area who I see talking about sports.
Sachi wants to see Buck fist fight a shark.
That was the one animal in season 1 that he didn't try and maim.
Because he can't.
Should get my damn hand.
I
mean,
don't
maybe if
write
it were
this
a
show.
hammer
I
shark.
just watch it.
I know, that's really funny. Buck said animal rights.
Tim said, "You're vegan? I'm gonna make you kill some
Oh my
animals."
god.
Just to get started.
He does these things on purpose.
Tim? Yes. He is diabolical.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think we've talked about this before. I don't know why anybody tells him anything, because then he's like writing it down in his little notepad,
He's
like,
well, I'm
yes,
gonna
I
make
can
you
use
act
this.
that out on screen.
Like,
Thanks for telling me about your deep personal trauma.
here's some therapy that I'm gonna write for you in next week's episode. Like...
Oh my god.
I hope it's healing.
How many more times? So like, because we're reading press just as we go, like per episode, and I'm sure we're missing stuff. But like, how many more times are we going to get to an episode and be like, and this was inspired by the actor's real experience with blah blah blah? Because we've already had like
So many times.
3.
Yeah. I think we've had more than 3.
3 big ones. Have we had more than 3?
Well, I mean, I think there are like a bunch of little things, because there's Aisha and
Aisha and Kenny.
Kenneth. Yeah.
So okay, so what were they, G?
But that wasn't exactly. It was so Aisha, and I didn't know this until I read the article. I know we have it linked in our Hens Begins episode notes.
Yeah.
Either on like Spotify or YouTube. The link is there. Where she was also shot when she was younger. And they used it as as Hen's character. Like, Tim asked if they could use it, and she was like, yeah, I think that'd be great. And then also, like, later down the line, they didn't know this, so never mind. But like with Hen and her dad about like the pulling the plug, Aisha had recently at that point lost her father, I think, as well, but I don't think they knew about that. It was just like a serendipitous thing.
Yeah.
Kenneth said for Chimney Begins that this isn't an exact 1-to-1 as much as Aisha's, but that kind of like Chimney and his dad, where Mr. Han doesn't really understand what Chimney is doing or doesn't appreciate it. Kenny said that his dad didn't really understand the whole acting thing, but now they're on good terms and stuff like that. So there's that. There's all of Eddie. There's basically all
That is a sign.
There's so much of Eddie that Tim just like borrowed.
He just copy pasted
from Ryan. Like,
a lot of that.
Because
changed the font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know that like Tim basically wrote so much of Eddie for Ryan specifically, because they saw Ryan audition for another show and that didn't work out. So then they were like, oh, hey, why don't you come on this show? And here's a character. And so they took like his Mexican and Swedish heritage in real life, gave it to Eddie. His real dad's name is Ramon, gave it to Eddie. I think the mom's name is different. God, what else? Just a lot.
Do we know what the other show was?
No, I don't think that's
so.
ever mentioned. Because I don't think that show worked out. that is diabolical, and
Yep.
like I think it keeps happening where like art imitates life for a lot of these people,
Yeah.
and like even if they may not say it specifically, I think. I mean, I
His
think
dads have the same name.
his dads do have the same name, and it's crazy. So, like, I don't know. I think the relationship that Tim Minear has with the cast is so, like, they always say he's so collaborative.
Mm-hmm.
This is why. So I think with how much they talk about things and just kind of like brainstorm stuff, Tim ends up using it in a way that benefits the characters,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of fantastic writing, but it's also a little like scary.
It's good writing. It's a little,
In a good way.
It's a little, you know, I don't want to say saw trap, but it's, you know. It's that Pisces moon, man.
Oh yeah, we determined that he does all of this because he's like Scorpio.
His Scorpio sun, Pisces moon. Yeah, we learned that. We loved him, but like we learned that, and I was like,
God,
I'm
so
scared. I'm now scared of him.
We are so scared of that man in like a fun way.
Yes,
I've been telling y'all.
Well, I know our Scorpio has been telling us.
Yes.
I don't trust that man.
From the beginning, and
from day one.
you're so right. When
Thank you.
Soul's right, which you usually are, like you are
true.
on the mark.
Mm-hmm.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, it's a weird superpower, but I'm glad I have it.
It is your Scorpio superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You sniff that stuff out somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoop says my trauma can handle all that. I know. That's why we're like, it's therapy. It's exposure therapy. For some people. Maybe. I don't know.
I want to say something about Kim so bad.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. On that note, I'm gonna toodaloo.
Okay.
Go make your exit. Get some sleep.
Thanks for
Right,
hanging
goodbye,
out.
everyone.
Bye, Sil.
Good night.
Talk to you later.
Oh my god.
Yay.
Yay.
Sil's appearance. Woohoo.
Yay.
I'm glad she was able to
Me
hop on.
too.
Yeah.
I'm codependent. I can't go too long without all of us.
No.
And it's like now that we've been doing the podcast, it's like we do video chats, which we like never used to do.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, if we don't do regular video chats, like if we have to miss a couple recordings, I'm like tweaking out.
Yeah, like if I don't see your faces,
I know,
for like more than 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
I'm like, I miss you guys. Meanwhile,
Something's
we're like
wrong. We're just
sending each other
constantly
tweets,
talking. Yeah,
and talking on our Discord, like
talking
almost
in
24
3 different
and
places
texting
at once. Yeah,
and TikTok.
texting, Discord, TikTok, Twitter.
Yeah,
Instagram's the only place we don't really.
No.
We don't understand Instagram.
I do my best.
You're doing a good job.
I'm trying so hard.
Doing a good job.
Thank you.
Kenny's back.
Hey, Kenny.
So I keep trying to come back to the thing that we were here to talk about.
You know us.
I
You know us by now.
know.
We'll circle back. More behind the scenes stuff. So we talked about the rain.
Yes, we talked about the rain.
We talked about
The potential feelings realization when he's pulling away.
Good night,
Night,
Sachi.
Sachi. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks.
We did the potential feeling. We did the potential feelings realization. We did the rain. I think we like just talked about it overall, like where it could be in the episode.
Yes.
Buck falling asleep on FaceTime with Eddie. You did say that.
Yeah. And we love it.
We love
I'll have to find that art that I'm thinking of, and we'll retweet it.
Yes, please. Please do.
On Twitter.
Please do. You're fine.
No, it's cool. We repeat ourselves
constantly.
Yeah. It's for emphasis.
We're very self-referential, like, in the podcast. We're like, we said this in the last 2 episodes ago. Go listen to that. And then proceed to repeat ourselves.
Well, yeah, I mean, context is important.
It is true.
And we know because Eddie never gives any context to anything.
Oh my god, he is insane. My son walked in on me with the with my did he say my dead wife?
I don't remember. But the way that Eddie explained the whole Kim situation to Buck
oh my god.
In 710.
Can we talk about that for a second? Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna.
I'm gonna look up the fucking transcript because I just need to.
Sometimes Han does this too. It's like, let's talk about this thing. Hold on, I have to get the exact words.
Sometimes the exact wording is important. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Kenny and G. We also want them to text flirt unintentionally. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just imagine if like, oh, Eddie's bubbling me. Who says that?
God. Wait, what?
But like, they could set that parallel maybe. I don't know.
Okay, Eddie says
in 710, right?
Yes. He says, "Thanks for coming. I messed up. So last night, Marisol took Chris and her nephew to the movies, and while she was gone, Kim came by." And then Buck, very betrayed, "You had her over here?" Mm. After, if you haven't listened to Couch Theory, go do that. Because I love what we say about this. This whole conversation.
Is this what we talked about it?
Yes. And you guys were like, we can't get this much into it right here. Where is it? Fuck. Thanks for coming. So what happened? I messed up. Okay, you had her over here. And then Eddie says, "After you and I talked, I brought her here to come clean, to tell her what she thought was happening between us wasn't really happening." And Buck's like, "Okay, how did it go?" And he's like, "About as well as you'd expect. I thought that was it. Then she came back while Chris was out with Marisol. And what wasn't happening between you two ended up happening," is what Buck says. And when they had their conversation in the kitchen,
ooh,
he said, "Oh, you're seeing her." And he's like, "No, that's not even what I want from her." So to imply that what wasn't happening was then happening wouldn't be like she was just hanging out, chilling on a date, watching a movie. It would imply that they were doing things, like kissing at the very least, which canonically didn't happen because they didn't show it to us. Like, I know that there was a take of that they didn't put in.
I know. Oh, I love that they didn't keep that in.
I'm so glad they didn't do it. 'Cause like, the situation was already creepy. So yeah, I'm of the opinion that Buck totally thinks they fucked. Like, 'cause the way he explained this.
Yeah, he explained it so poorly.
Buck, she didn't just look like Shannon, she was Shannon. And like, Buck is looking at him like, you're like actually losing it. Like, you are tweaking out.
So like, I think a lot of that dialogue comes from them having, like, I guess the kiss was in the script maybe, and they cut it, or it was in a version. So I think that was like one of those kind of like holdovers from, before they decided to cut that scene. Mm-hmm. But he explains it so bad.
It's
no
really
context.
Bad.
No context.
None whatsoever.
Absolutely
so, yeah,
not.
It's absolutely, like, what are we doing?
I don't know.
But yeah, the way he explained that whole thing, the way he was explaining it again to the priest,
Yeah.
where he
At the
made it sound
beginning-
like
at the beginning
he
of the
like
808?
had dug up his wife.
Oh yeah, he's like, and my kid is gone, and Father Brian's like, oh, I'm so sorry you lost your kid, and it's like, no, he's still alive. It's like,
still alive. It's like, you said he was gone. Like, what do you think?
He's so bad,
Insane.
at explaining things properly, and I know part of it is because like, because he's so emotionally distraught, but like, be better about explaining.
This is another one of those things that I like file under like my neurodivergent proof, because like when you're like overloaded with emotions, you cannot like word properly.
Yeah. Well,
And it becomes like really frustrating and hard to like put what you're feeling or what is happening like into words, especially like if you're on the spectrum, like because you like start shutting down, like your immune system is literally just like in fight or flight.
yeah.
So
like I get it, but it's also like,
crazy.
if you're looking at it from like Buck's POV,
no,
what does he actually think happened?
that's what I'm saying. I need someone to write that fic. Actually, I think I did read that in a fic once, where they just like briefly touched on it, where he was like, wait, you didn't kiss her or you didn't sleep with her? And he was like, no.
Like, no, of course not. And it's like, huh?
He's like, the way you explain that to me totally made it sound like you did. The fact that he said, I hurt my best friend before girlfriend, like, bro, you cheated on her and you're worried about Buck. Yeah, because what he did to Buck felt more like a betrayal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
You're worried about Buck. Uh-huh.
you want to think about episode 705? Parallel that directly to Buck. How his whole thing was like, I lied to my best friend.
Yeah. Where that was above like everything else in
It wasn't
priority.
like about his sexuality. It wasn't about like going on a date with a man. He wasn't freaking out about that. He wasn't worried about that he came out to his sister. He wasn't even worried about like almost getting outed.
No.
It was the fact that he lied
He
to his
kept something
best friend.
from Eddie.
Yeah. Which is against his mission statement.
Oh, Julia says it's giving, he calls me his little buddy and touches me.
Touches me. Oh my god. Someone made an edit. God damn it. Someone made an edit where like they played that part and then they showed a clip of like Eddie calling him buddy, because I think there's like one or two times where he says that. It was hilarious. 911 editors, I love you so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I love you so bad.
They're the best. Like some of the best I've seen in any fandom. It's just like amazing.
The frequency and the speed at which they put things out. Like I remember yesterday when the BTS stuff happened, I was like, all right, you editors, you know what to do, and like stuff already existed by that point. And like
Yeah.
it had been
It
like
was
10
like-
minutes.
It was like 9 o'clock and I was already seeing some edits using and like full-fledged edits, like not just edits of that, but like that footage into something that was already like mostly created. I don't even know. It like incredible.
Yeah.
So, incredible work. Please keep going. Whoever. Tempt.
Yeah. Tempt
I know
is,
they're not here right now, but
if you don't follow Tempt Edits, please follow Tempt Edits.
They're amazing.
They're great. They said February they're only doing thirst edits, like for their own mental health. And I was like, I love that for you.
Oh, what an excellent.
Like I'm not doing angst, because I've sent them, like I send them very angsty songs like that come across, the time before you page. I'm like, oh, this is Buck, this is Eddie. They're like, I'm only doing thirst edits.
Perfect. Will not complain.
Literally ever.
Keep it coming.
Also, I just love, like, the sheer quantity of crossover of Taylor Swift.
Uh-huh.
And the 911 Phantom. It's not a perfect circle, but it's like...
It's
close.
In that Venn diagram, that is a very large center portion, so it's our people. We felt at home here, like, pretty immediately. I love how we said we were going to continue talking about the behind-the-scenes stuff, and then we continue to talk about something completely different.
Well, you got me talking about a thing that I want to talk about. Okay, let's break down the behind-the-scenes thing, okay? Okay. So, they're talking right behind the U-Haul.
Mm-hmm.
What does the U-Haul say, Rachel?
Poppy pointed this out.
I love Poppy so much.
Poppy on Twitter, who was the person that did the Pink News article, with Oliver, in November. So Poppy like just put the picture and like circled the U-Haul advertisement on the back of the U-Haul. It was like fits a queen size bed or something like that.
And then someone
take from that what you will.
And then someone tweeted the official product placement. The episode that Buck came out was Amazon. We're like, is U-Haul going to be... is he coming out as a lesbian?
Whoop also clocked that too.
Yes.
That's funny. Oh no.
Not Jack Skellington.
Not Jack. He couldn't handle it.
He was like, you're embarrassing me. And left.
Jack Skellington Squishmallow is crashing out. Okay.
He's also crashing out.
Okay, so we have the totally regular U-Haul advertisement on the back of the U-Haul truck thing.
Oh my god.
I don't think that was set deck, but it's just a funny coinky dink.
Maybe.
This is when my like, no, be like logical and like realistic about this stuff.
But sure, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, we know how intentional every single thing you actually see on the screen is.
So did they have to film it right in the behind of the trailer truck? No.
Were there ones that probably didn't say queen size bed? And
that's where the intention comes in to me, right?
Yes.
Because they didn't have to use that right there. They could have been at the front of Eddie's truck.
Yeah. Well,
like
yes,
right in front
the blocking is always very intentional.
So that's the interesting part, I think. So yeah, they're behind the U-Haul trailer, and they're talking, and Buck is like, it obviously doesn't want him to go yet, and is like, hold on. Like, this is what we could hear a little bit, because Oliver knows how to project his voice. And he like runs to his truck, not Jeep, that we always forget about, but mentally replace, and and is like, I baked you something, and it looks like it's cookies. I think he says protein
chocolate chip cookies,
which is very cute.
Which is actually very thoughtful, because he has a very long drive and he's gonna need protein. But it's also a sweet treat.
A sweet treat, because he deserves joy and good things. Joy.
Listen, was I hoping the cookies were snickerdoodles? Yes. Of course. Yes, I was.
To help with our snickerdoodle. Wait, no, it's just cookie theory. It's just cookie theory.
Oh, right.
It's wider than just snickerdoodles.
We've got to do a food theory episode.
Listen, one of the first things we learned about 911 fandom was couch theory, and then lasagna theory. So then everything is just a theory now.
Yep. Juice
theory. Snickerdoodle with Buck coming over in 808 to Eddie's house, and it's like, I was gonna make snickerdoodles, and we're like, aha.
Didn't we watch something recently that we were like, juice? Like, what episode was that?
Yes, but I forget.
Was it, maybe it was in Couch Theory. It was like, maybe it was that.
I think it was in Couch Theory. I don't remember.
Anyway, back to the thing we were talking about.
Not cookie theory. Cookie theory has to keep baking for a little bit more.
It does. It's not quite ready to come out of the oven.
It's half baked. That's what makes.
That's what she calls Buck a half baked cookie. Or is it
cute.
Underbaked? What does she call? Is it half baked?
I think underbaked.
Raw cookie
I don't
dough?
know. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Cookie dough.
Instead of like Buck 1.0, Buck whatever, like she has different versions of cookie dough, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Very cute.
But yeah, so he gives them the cookies, which, very cute, but then a little upsetting because now he has a handful of cookies, so Eddie can only give him a one-armed hug, so.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to see that in HD.
Same.
Oh, wait. G has a theory of when Buck and Eddie will get together, but I don't know if it's good. I would like to share. Please?
Yes.
Please share. Please share with the class. We would love to discuss.
We're seated.
The floor will be yours. Take your time, though. We'll just keep talking.
Yes.
About the thing.
That's something that we can do. So the hug.
Oh, hold on.
What?
Kenny has cookie theory.
Buck has baked cookies with Chris for school before, and now he's baking for Eddie.
See? This holds
told
water.
him to make sure to save some for Chris.
Mm-hmm. Save some for Chris. And
do we see him giving cookies to anyone else? Isn't it like loaf and bread to everyone else? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have cookies when he gets to Eddie's, but he's like, I thought we could make snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
Cookie theory is baking.
We're baking it.
Cookies are just for Eddie and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, then he says, like, save some for Chris or something to that effect. And I bet chocolate chips are Chris's favorite. Probably. One of it.
Classic.
And then they, like, hug and pull away so slowly. And, like, Eddie is still kind of, like, arm. Looking at him. And
we get the hand on the shoulder.
I'm so excited about that. So, like, beyond excited about that.
I can't wait for the close-up coverage of their faces.
Oh, he made cookies with G too. True. But G is also part of his family.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so we get the hug, and then he does this, like, sigh.
Like that, we keep calling it, like, the girl is gonna be okay sigh. But, like, I think this is the not gonna be okay sigh. Yeah, girl is spiraling out sigh.
This is girl who's about to crash the fuck out as soon as Eddie can't see him.
Yeah.
In his rearview mirror.
Uh-huh. It's the I'm holding in. I'm holding it in, and then gonna just, like, cry about it. Starts crying in the rain. Oof.
It would be great. I don't know why my brain keeps doing this because I'm so mean, but I'm like, and they won't do this, so someone needs to write it. But if, like, so we're going until they prove us otherwise that he's moving into the house. Because I refuse to believe that he sold that fucking house.
Nope.
You're going to be in so much trouble, Eddie, if you sold that house.
It's the best house.
You're going to be on my shit list. Anyway.
Just saying that U-Haul is not big enough for that couch and other things. So.
No, it's not. So, anyway. So he has his, like, moment crying in the rain, and then I want him to, like, go into the house, close the door, back to the door, sink down to the ground, have a panic attack.
That would be so great.
That's what I keep picturing.
I can see it. I can truly, truly see it. Like, sinks down, like, against the door.
Because here's why...
Kind of like Ariel in The Little Mermaid at the very end.
Yeah. But, like, because because if he has that realization, right, and it's gonna hit him like a truck. And...
Okay.
It's life comes at you fast, so those feelings, realization is gonna, like as soon as he knows, he's gonna know. Like, he's gonna be like, oh no, oh no, no. So I think it's gonna be not only, oh no, oh no, oh no, do I feel this way about my best friend, but oh no, 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 he's gone. And I'm living in this house. I just think it would be great.
Buck move into the Diaz house. Come on.
We got it. You got it for those parallels.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get him the fuck out of that loft. Like, please, dear God. Mm-hmm. Please. Before he asks anyone else to move in there with him.
It's cursed at this point.
This is an emergency. Please get him out of there.
Which is also indicating to me that, like, whenever he finds the relationship that he's supposed to be, his endgame relationship, Eddie, no one's gonna move into that loft because he's tried so many times and it hasn't worked. So, like, the loft has to be left behind.
It doesn't work because the loft isn't even his home.
No, it's so
crazy.
Not. Anyways, so yeah, the girl is not gonna be okay.
It's kind of a lot of words, but not too many. Okay.
Go for it. Go for it, G.
Fights for breath as he's walking in. The door crumbles to the floor the moment it is shut.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
100%.
exactly what I'm...
100%.
Yes. Like, he's holding it together.
Wait, you know what that's giving?
Yeah.
You know what that's giving? That's giving Dean in 518. Sitting on the floor. That hurt. So G says, I think Buck would tell Maddie and Josh, and then Maddie would tell Chim, and then he would tell Hen, and Hen would not know it's a secret. So she says something like, aw, those are so cute, on, like, a call or something. And then Bobby would say, yeah, they're great friends, and Hen would be like, well, they're more than friends now. I would love to see that.
Bobby being the last to know actually would be such great karmic retribution because
he's the one that put them together.
Well, he is the one that put them together, but it's also like he didn't tell them about his relationship with Athena, kept that a secret, and then he didn't tell them they got married. Like, even right after it happened, like, he tells them in the middle of a call.
Yeah, like when we were rewatching 301, and when they're like, oh, who's the crazy person that came up with this idea? And Bobby's like, my wife, and it's just like pans to Hen and Chimney.
Yeah, and they're all like,
what? Like, Hen is so affronted. She's like, excuse me, because she also didn't hear it from Athena, who's supposed to be like good friend,
or one of her best friends. But... yeah. Whoops said that should be how it's spelled out for the general audience too. Yes, that's another reason why I think, like, I know some people are like, this build is taking too long for Eddie, but I think
It has to.
It has to.
It has to be subtle.
They can't do what they did with Buck for Eddie. It just doesn't work. That's not how Eddie works as a person. He's not a radical acceptance. He accepts nothing about himself.
No.
So
he's impulsive, but not about
right. So it wouldn't work from a character like standpoint, but it also doesn't work from an audience standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. Where like a general audience is going to be like looking at a man who was married, who's only had relationships with women on screen, and if they like just all of a sudden is like, oh my god, I have feelings for my best friend, we're together now, like that's not gonna work. So that's why this arc of him like literally going insane unbeknownst to him because his best friend who he's in love with starts dating a man who was not him. You know, it's been slowly building, and then they really are laying more firm groundwork now to the point that it will make sense.
Yeah.
You know, especially if he's unpacking more of the, like, what really needs to happen before they, like, have him come out is him unpack the Catholic guilt and the Shannon stuff. And it's like, that's so intertwined with each other. But as soon as he unpacks that, and he realizes, like, why Shannon is haunting him so much. Because it's the guilt.
Yeah.
So once he unpacks that, that's not only going to narratively get him to accept who he is, to know and accept who he is, but it's going to make the audience understand how he could be gay and not really realize it or, like, acknowledge it.
Yeah. In a different way than they did with Michael.
Yes.
At the very beginning.
Because that was a different situation.
Exactly. Because Michael knew.
Yeah.
I do not think Eddie knows. Obviously, because this mess would not be happening. But yeah, I think they are like building it up slowly, and then once it like comes to the very forefront in the story, then like the general audience will be able to kind of be like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Like if they look back on it, they'll be like, oh. Now I'm picking up on it in hindsight. But like for all of us, like in fandom, we're a little more attuned to it, so we're catching that foreshadowing before it actually like comes to fruition. You know, so like once it's out in the open, it's gonna be so obvious looking back. But we're like, we've been new the whole time. So
yeah, because we're not casual viewers.
We are anything but casual. What is casual?
Nope. It's never been casual.
Is it casual now? No,
that's what I was thinking.
It's not.
In my head.
Never has been. Never will be.
What was I going to say? Oh. So yeah, like that, we're still not there yet for him, obviously, because like we said, he still has to unpack some stuff before it makes sense for his character and the audience. And they're giving it space to breathe in a way that makes sense so far.
Yeah.
But I think once that happens, you still have to give space between that and Buddie.
Yes. It can't happen like immediately.
No.
No, because then they have to like
Then they have to tell the audience, this is actually romantic and actually has been the whole time.
And they have to process those feelings and what that means, because it is such a big change. Because they can't, that would be, let's be real, that would be the one thing that Buck would not, you know, radically accept.
What?
About his feelings for Eddie.
Oh, no. He shut that shit down immediately.
No, because, like, which is so different to the way that he accepted his bisexuality, where he was just, oh, okay. Like, this would be the thing, and he's been practicing that radical acceptance for years at this point, but this would be the one thing that, like, trips him up. Like, no, this can't happen. Like, this, nope.
Least of all, because he thinks that he's straight.
Yeah.
But most of all, because he's gone,
Mm-hmm.
and even if he comes back, he would never want to actually risk that relationship.
Exactly. So gotta find a way to like push it down.
Mm-hmm.
G says, or when Eddie's in Texas, his sisters need to call him out for talking about Buck so much. For real. For real. Someone needs
Would
to.
love to see it.
I'm so sorry. I keep saying this. Someone needs to just like bonk him on the head. Should have had a V8.
Yeah, like I don't.
What's happening here?
There needs to be a balance, right? Because like that whole storyline needs to be about Eddie, but like you can't be really about Eddie or about Buck without also being about the other for very long, because they're so intrinsically tied
They're
together.
always gonna come back into the conversation.
Yeah. Well, just like all the other couples are, you know? So, you know, I really wanted to focus on him and his journey, but like Buck is part of that. So
Yeah.
I don't care who calls it out or if it's like the will comes up. Like I don't care how Buck comes up, but like he's got to come up. If it's because he moved there and Chris didn't know and he's like, did you sell her house?
Yeah.
Buck just let you leave? You just left Buck? Like I want something like that. That could work for me. What else? The will is like the preferable way for me.
Yeah. Because it brings so much into the conversation there. It brings how much Eddie trusts Buck with Chris, how it ties all three of them together, because then Buck, you know, is brought up as like this parental figure for Christopher, and Eddie and Buck's partnership kind of as a whole. Loop says, I can be patient, but I'm concerned the show will run out of time or the people in suits will say no. People at ABC specifically, because things can change at the company. Yeah, but
I get
I'm
that,
not
but
concerned with it, honestly, because one, they greenlit Buck.
Let's be real, there was no way for them to really narratively do one of them without doing both and making them a couple. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Make
Like
sense.
I'm really not too worried about the people in like the suits and like the what's it called? We just talked about an article like this, the standards and practices. Yeah, I'm not too worried about those because I just found an article for one of the last episodes that we recorded, and it was talking about how when 911 was on Fox's standards and practices nixed a certain emergency storyline because it was too like risque for them, right? But it talks about in the article that there was something very similar, and not
In
like a big
seasons.
storyline, but like
just like an emergency.
an emergency thing.
Yeah,
But there was
emergency
something
call.
similar that happened recently at that point on
season
CBS, and that was well, and that was greenlit. And then we also looking at it from the context of where we are now, because this was for like the end of season 2, right? So the end, like 2019. But in season 7, it was the same kind of emergency that they talked about, and it was greenlit for 911 on ABC. And then Dr. Odyssey also did something very similar. So like, I'm not too worried about the standards and practices with ABC, because I think they're fine. Like,
Yeah, and I think they know how much their audience wants this. I think they know how much of an influx of people that they've gotten because of this, and they keep playing it up.
I don't think they underestimate it,
No.
is the thing. I think they are fairly aware, like more than some other execs might be, you know.
Well,
But
I'm
as
sure
far
it
as
was something that they had to like consider when bringing it over and bringing Tim back, because like
I wonder
I
if
don't
it
know.
was in his contract.
that's what I'm.
Like, I will come back and do this if ... Like, it's on his rider.
You know, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's just interesting that he left the show the season that Buck was supposed to have a feelings realization, and then
that was being built up to.
And then he like left to go do a show where he could have a quick
Do
couple.
that.
And then he came back to this show once it switched networks,
and boom, they made Buck by.
Came out.
Yeah. Like, as far as running out of time, I don't think we also have to worry about that yet, because I'm fairly certain we're gonna get a season 9. Like, that's almost a given with the ratings that they have. It just hasn't been announced.
There's no way we're not.
And I think the way that they are setting things up,
they wouldn't be doing a spin-off.
No,
without a season 9.
I think we're basically good for 2 more seasons for like sure.
Minimum,
yeah.
We're in the time slot that used to be Grey's Anatomy,
which
if
is
that
on, like,
tells you anything. It's on its 20-something season right now. It's too many seasons.
Yeah,
it's too many.
Yeah, so I think the way they're setting things up, like, we're going to have things spaced out. So, like, Eddie's queer realization, and then one of their, like, feelings realizations, and then the other one, and then them getting together. Like, I think that's going to be drawn out.
21
but
seasons.
I don't think we're going to run out of time for that, because I think that is a very important part of the show and the story that they're telling, and I think Tim is very invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he always says that he writes what he always says what? That. Oh, sorry. Tim says in the PR, like, he always writes what he would want to see.
Yes.
So I think we're fine.
But, like, because basically season 7 was just him course correcting to where he
righting the ship. Do you mean?
Yes. Well, yeah, not just them, like everyone else. Like, he's just like, I'm course correcting this back to
I'm
where
talking about the
I
ship,
was trying to go.
The ship, like the opening emergency ship.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Fine. Just making sure. Not like the relationship.
When I don't laugh at her puns, she needs to make sure that I understand them.
Listen, some people survive for Tinkerbell claps.
Mm-hmm.
I need laughs.
I know.
Does that make me a monster from Monsters, Inc.?
I guess.
Anyways, sorry, carry on.
I don't remember what I was saying, Rachel.
So sorry. Restructuring with season 7 and setting things up.
Right. He did that.
Mm-hmm. To get it to where
he did that.
He wanted things to be for 8.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, kind of sports reference, but it was like a rebuilding year, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he literally said that, like, alluded to that in interviews in season 7. Season 7 paralleled season 2, and season 8 is paralleling season 3.
It does a lot of season 2 parallels also.
It does.
And 4.
Yes.
It's just paralleling. It's very self-referential.
Which I like.
Mm-hmm. Like, we're finding so many parallels. Like, doing our rewatch, we're like, oh, they're doing something that happened in season 8, like whatever they did in season 2, and like, there's been too many examples, and I can't think of one specifically right now. But
I mean, there's a ton.
maybe we should do that, like, after season 8. Maybe we should do that as like a mini thing where it's, I would say mini episode. It's never a mini episode. No, or just like a non-scripted offhand conversation about, like, here are a bunch of parallels that we saw from earlier seasons that showed up in season 8, and Not like we did for like astrology or couch theory where we went like boom, 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 boom,
episode
boom,
by
boom,
episode?
boom. Yeah, no.
But just
no,
like
I think
big
just
ones.
like, yeah, just kind of like, oh, and that, and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
But let us know if you want to see that.
Also, one of the reasons why I think... this is me hopping around, I'm so sorry. Well, not really. Because we're kind of loosey-goosey right now. But one of the reasons that I also think that, like, the will could come up in, like, a custody battle is because so far, Buck's coma dream has been prophecy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, where was Eddie? Where was Chris?
Not there.
Mm-hmm. Because why?
No reason.
Oh, because his parents said he was unfit to be a parent? And took his kid?
Yeah. I think we will need to do like some sort of coma dream prophecy thing.
Probably.
Because there are too many like little instances that kind of have come to pass in different ways than we saw there, but it's a little weird.
I saw, who said this? Someone in a comment section somewhere about talking about the serial killer with the kidnapping or the abduction. They were like, what if it's Doug's sister? And I was like, I hate that I can't say that's crazy, that would never happen on this show.
It's never out of the realm of possibility.
No. But that could bring in part of like Maddie's situation from the coma dream. Mm-hmm. Who would want to take Maddie? I'm assuming it's someone from a call.
That's kind of the idea that I'm getting. Okay.
Someone from a call or someone from like the OB office, because she's like getting checkups now that she's pregnant, I'm sure. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Which would be weird to parallel because that kind of happened in season 3.
Yes, that did happen in season 3. Yeah.
So, and then that also like kind of brings G into the conversation, right? Because that everyone was kind of like rethinking when we got that the almost the same but 2 little shots difference promo that we got yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, it was the day before, and it was like, oh, what if Maddie just gets knocked out and they take G? And I think that is a thing that we thought about initially, and then I was like no. I refuse to think about it, you know. Yeah. But it is a theme from this season
with the children being in peril, because we see it multiple times in almost every single episode in season 8, which we've been saying from like the beginning is foreshadowing
Had
something
Mara,
to do with like Eddie and Chris.
Mara was in danger of like not being able to come home.
Yeah.
Denny
was in danger.
Could have died.
And those are the ones like of our...
Yes, there are like calls too, but I'm talking about like they're going through the 118 kid roster.
Yeah.
So like who would be next? G. But then we would also have Chris, which we talked about possibly relating to the pool club or something.
I mean, it really could be anything, but I think we've been talking about like this amount of, because there's so much emphasis on parents being there or rather not being there, which obviously plays into Eddie's storyline, and then them not being there or not being there when their kid is in trouble or in peril or something like that. It's like, well, that's just leading us right to Chris. G and Chris at the same time. That would be mean. That would be so mean. I don't think we could take that.
I don't think this fandom can take
yes,
that.
G, we would sue. I think we could make that a class, or we could make that a class.
We were already about to like light up ABC Studios for Denny. Like,
and Henren, like, leave them alone. That would be super terrible, awful. Would I put it past them? No,
but it's the unfortunate thing is that it is a theme, and they love their themes.
Yes, which is why that's one of the sections of our podcast, because they are very theme heavy, and like I would not be surprised if that is like the. Okay, so kind of what I'm thinking is if Maddie and or G get taken, Jian, in the mid-season premiere with 9 and 10, I think that really does, because then you've got Mara, you've done Denny, you've done G, who is left. I think that leaves Christopher at the very end of the season, something happening, and then I don't know. Because I don't know if Eddie's going to be there for, like, the rest of the season, or if they're going to bring... I don't see... Okay. Hold on. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Maybe it's not, like, at the end of the season, but maybe it's in, like, the... You know how they do, like, the 3-episode arcs sort of thing? So you do,
I was like, I can't take 10. Eddie being in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
He gets 3 episodes in Texas, and then he needs to be back.
So I wouldn't be surprised... 12, 13. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, a Chris NDA or something happens when Eddie is in Texas. So, and this is, like, one of the things that propel them to be like, you know what? This bad thing happened in Texas. Bad things happen anywhere. Might as well go be with the family who you really feel familial with in LA. So I guess we're looking at like 13, 14 for that. Like happen in 13 and then they come back in 14 and then there's like 14, 15, 16. And then like 17, 18 is the finale. So that's kind of what I'm predicting.
I think that tracks. Did you start reading Dearly Beloved yet?
I did, and then I fell asleep last night.
Rachel.
I'm going to read it tonight.
Rachel. If you guys are looking for a good fic to read, Dearly Beloved by Songbird. Literally, I cannot.
Han has not stopped talking about it.
I can't stop thinking about it.
You can't talk about it because you don't want to spoil it.
No. And it's so funny because, like, normally... I'll be like, hey, Rachel, let me tell you about the fic I am reading. And I will literally tell her, like, 60% of the fic.
I don't mind.
I know. But with this one, I was like, I'm not telling you. I'll read the summary to you. I'm not telling you anything because you need to go in blind for the full impact. But I need to talk to someone about this fic because it's so good. It's so good. And I can't stop thinking about it. And I know it's not what's going to happen on the show, thank fucking God, but, like, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Kenny said, or they medically have to go back to LA, and Helena and Ramon oppose, and the will gets brought up. I would see that.
It's possible. I mean...
Oh, hi and bye, Morgan. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good night.
Yeah, me too. So, okay, well, here's another way that this could happen. I wouldn't want it to happen this way, because I want him to have it. I want him to have it out with his parents, and this wouldn't... Well, I mean, I guess he could do it once he wakes up. Another way we could get Christopher back to LA is if his father is in an accident.
Yeah, I know.
If his father's in an accident... And if he's, for some reason, not able to take care of Chris,
then Buck has to.
Exactly.
But I don't like that, because I feel like Chris and Eddie need to, like,
I know.
actually talk things out.
I know.
Instead of having, like, extenuating circumstances.
I know.
Make their decision for them.
I don't want it, but I'm just saying it's like another possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. This show tends to veer more towards the, like, because of the nature of the show. It's like they want more stakes on anything that's happening instead of just like, we're gonna talk things out, because that's not the best television.
Yeah, but I think you could so easily do that in the opposite way too, where if, like, Chris is in danger for something, and then, like, they save him, and then he and Eddie talk about it, and Chris is like, I didn't think you cared, and Eddie's like, of course I care. I don't know, something like that. And I feel like it's gonna be something about the Diaz parents being unusually neglectful in a certain way, because we know they're very, like, overbearing about stuff. So, like, the one time they turn their back, and it's like, that's kind of what I think.
Turn their back on what?
I don't know.
On Eddie? Because they already did that.
No,
they've
I
done
mean,
that
like,
always.
Maybe it's not like they turn their back around. Like, I don't know. Or maybe they, I don't know. I just feel like it's something to do with the Diaz parents doing something that they think is in Chris's best interest, but it's not in Chris's best interest, and that leads to emergency happening.
Them trying to get custody of him.
I know, but I'm talking about like a NDE situation. I don't know.
Chris NDE situation?
Yeah, it's just been floating in my head. So
I don't know. We haven't seen them exactly show up for life and death emergencies, have we?
No. No.
Wow, they'd love the Buckleys. They would get on so well.
Mm-hmm. Go have tea with each other or something. I don't know. Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really interested to see how they do this storyline, because there's so many different ways to go. And I like when I can't predict it really easily.
Because it makes it more interesting, because there are so many more options available.
Yeah.
Even ones that we haven't come up with.
Yes, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this goes. I'm really excited to see Buck crash the fuck out. I'm really excited to see what his new coping mechanism is. New.
So sure. So new. So 1.5.
It's Buck 1.0, but now with men.
Yeah. Oh.
Buck 1.5.
1.5. Yeah. And I cannot wait until we see whatever they make of the scene of the behind the scenes that we saw. That's gonna, like, I think even when we see it, it's going with, like, the atmosphere that they put to it, and the camera work, and the acting.
Yes.
Acting
TM. Yeah.
I think it's going to, like, even though we know it's coming and we can brace ourselves and, like, logically we can try to mentally prepare, I think it's still going to hit, like, really hard.
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm so excited about that.
Agreed.
I love that. I love having, like, something to anticipate in that way, where it's like, okay. Is it here yet? Is it here yet? She says, I think maybe Eddie and his parents, like, arguing, and he says something like, we'll see if something was to happen to me. You want to get Chris anyway.
Thank you. That is something that I thought earlier and forgot, because we keep bouncing around.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. I was thinking about how they could parallel the conversation that they have in Eddie Begins, and part of that conversation would be them saying, like, we think Christopher should, like, I think we should have custody of him. Like, we think he should stay here. Mm-hmm. Like, if Eddie's trying to have a conversation about, like, I'm gonna take my kid back. Like, even if it's just to, like, where he's staying at in Texas, or, like, whatever. He starts to try and have that conversation with them. Because he's, like, there, trying to mediate, whatever. And then they start pulling the same shit that they pulled in Eddie Begins. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, you're single. The shit they pulled at Shannon's fucking funeral. That's the other thing that we just watched. Where they're like, you're a single father again. And you don't have any family or support or blah, 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 blah. And, you know, he could say something like, well, I'm not alone.
I have
Buck.
And the 118.
He has Buck, yes, and the 118.
But Buck is always separate.
Yes.
He doesn't count as part of that. Yeah.
And being like, your coworker?
He's more than that. He's my partner.
Yeah. I'm just saying, that could be an interesting conversation, because you know how Eddie doesn't like to give context.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And Kenny says, Chris argues with grandparents. They think he's in the room, but he ran out and something happens to him. That could work.
Oh.
That could work.
I don't want him to get
I
hurt.
really see that happening, actually. Because I think they've tried to, like, anytime that conversation has happened with Eddie and his parents, like that, with, like, after Shannon's funeral, and that we saw in the flashback in Eddie Begins.
Yeah, Christopher's, like, nearby.
Christopher's not there.
Well, he's nearby.
He's nearby, but he's also, like, young. Like, super young. So I'm not sure that he's heard that kind of conversation before. And then maybe he's crashing out about it. Oof.
Yeah.
That would make sense. That would make, I think, the most sense to me. While Eddie is just, like, having it out with his parents. Understandably.
I think the order of operations, like, preferably for me, is going to be Eddie sorting through his shit.
Please.
Then he
needs to.
An actual conversation with Christopher to explain what happened with Kim. Because
With
before he does that,
context.
he has to understand what happened with Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't. So he has to figure that out before he can explain it to Chris. Mm-hmm. And then I think once he's able to do that and be honest with himself and be honest with Chris, then it's going to really start, I don't know, like, how fast, but it would start looking towards, like, Chris is going to forgive him. Chris wants to live with him again. And that's when he would start having the conversation with his parents. And that's when them trying to be like, no.
Mm-hmm.
You're not fit.
Yeah.
To be his parent. We know you love your son. Which is why we know you do the right thing.
Please.
You're a single parent.
God.
It's a very dangerous job.
Yeah. And I mean, the fact that they've had that conversation twice, I mean, and things happen in threes.
Mm-hmm. So Kenny said maybe Helena says something mean about Shannon. I mean, like, Fork Founding Kitchen. Of course she will.
Ugh. Mm-hmm. And maybe Chris will overhear that as well. Yeah. This is why I want, like, a little POV of Chris's life in El Paso, because, like, we know Helena specifically, and Ramon just kind of, like, follows her lead, but Helena can be passive aggressive about stuff like that. So, like, I want to know how often she's said some kind of, like, remarks about Shannon, about Eddie in Chris's vicinity, like, maybe not necessarily towards him, like, to him, but, like, around him, that like they're kind of poisoning the well a little bit. And
yeah, I think it would
not
be
that Chris would
interesting
listen to it, but
it would be interesting to see him overhearing a conversation between Eddie and his parents, so he can see the difference in how they just do not care about him and how they treat him.
Yeah.
You know, versus how they treat him.
Eddie treats him. Mm-hmm. Which is how Eddie was introduced. His whole character was introduced.
Mm-hmm. Because, well, that's another thing about that. I'm sorry, I just keep bringing up Eddie Begins because we just watched it.
I know, it's very like top of our mind.
But when he goes out to the porch after the fight with his parents, right? And Chris is like, "Oh, you guys were fighting, or you guys were yelling, you're angry, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, well, no one's angry at you or something." And Chris says like, "Oh, I've never heard them yell before." And Eddie's like, "It's like we're talking about different people."
Yeah.
So it would be interesting now that Chris is 14 and fully, you know, capable of understanding what they're talking about and the context of everything, to overhear a conversation of how they talk to Eddie and how they treat him.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Oh my goodness.
I hate his parents so bad.
We all do.
There is not a fire in hell hot enough. I'm so sorry. I can't stand them. I don't know what I'm gonna do if they try and like redeem them again, or try and make it like this weird in between. It wasn't even an in between space again. It was like Eddie actively was like calling them and being like, in season 6.
Well, I think this was his dad specifically. I don't think it was really so much with his mom.
No, it was his mom too. Like, he called his dad like a couple times, right? But like, after Buck visits, right after the lightning strike, he calls his mom and is like, "Well, we should visit this week. Like, life is short or whatever." And I was like,
but see, that to me doesn't really indicate like a melting of the ice between them. That was Eddie just kind of feeling guilt of not seeing his family and stuff.
I could
like
see it with guilt,
I wouldn't really consider. I really wouldn't consider that like evidence of a bettering relationship.
Well, I didn't say a bettering relationship. I meant like keeping him in this weird limbo where he's like, his parents are actively in his lives, or like he thinks he initiates plans with them, because that was not a thing that we used to see.
Yeah. I'll have to pay more attention to when we get there. Yeah, kind of like what they did with the Buckley parents. Yeah, we have issues with that.
Oh,
when we get to Buck Begins and beyond.
Oh, when we get to them. I hope you guys are excited for a 5-hour-long episode.
Talking only about the Buckley parents.
Well, I was going to say 2 hours of which are me talking about the Buckley parents. God. I simultaneously never want to see them again, and like, no, I just never want to see them again. If we could just like, I forgot that you existed, the Buckley parents, that'd be great.
You existed.
Because they seem to just forget that their son exists.
Yep. Also, an excellent fic, which is not finished yet. It's still work in progress. It's called, I think, To Change the Prophecy.
Oh, yep. I'm subscribed to that.
Oh, wait. That's one of the whips that I've been reading.
Yeah, I haven't read it. I have subscribed so that I'm made aware of when it is finished.
Hang on 1 second. Bye. 1 second.
He blows. Hold on. Wait. Oh, wait. You already said that.
Okay, so it's to change the prophecy by... Oh, come on, AO3. Their shields are up. By Pink Peach Tea. Excellent. It has a lot of interesting stuff about the relationship with Buck and his parents specifically. So good. So good. It's not finished yet. And I'm like waiting with bated breath at each for each update. Because I don't usually read whips. I usually wait till they're done. But I read that one, I think, kind of on accident. And I was like, wait, there's no like chapter 2 yet.
Yeah.
So I've been along for the ride on that one, and it's amazing. I will rec it to you when it's done. So
thank you. Remind me. I mean, I'll probably get the notification.
Yeah. But I will confirm what you already know, which is that it's really good.
All right. I think I need to hop off here because I need to lay down because my back hurts because I'm old. I literally, Rachel, I pulled a muscle in my like middle back today.
No.
Scooting my office chair. It's just so insulting whenever I injure myself just like doing normal shit. It's like how I got a herniated disc and they were like, "What did you do?" And I was like, I don't know, bro. I just exist. I don't do anything. I work from home. All my hobbies are at home."
Oh. Well, kudos to you for sitting here for so long. I did not think we were going to be on here for
it just started
3 hours
to twinge. But yeah, oh wow, shocking that we talked for 3 hours.
Thank you, everyone who's still here.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us
and chatted with us. That was lots of fun. I don't know when we're planning on going live next.
I don't know. Probably not this weekend.
Yeah. Not next weekend.
No, it might be like 2 weeks.
Maybe we'll try to do a brief thing. What, Saturday before?
We can see how we're feeling.
Yeah,
maybe.
We'll try. I know Sunday's going to be busy.
I feel like we just talked about all the things.
True. If more things pop up in the next 2 days, but
God, I hope not. Like, I need them to chill the fuck out. Like,
that was so much for one day.
That was a lot for one day. I think we gotta. And we have to like agree to do this as a group because if one of us watches the thing, then all of us are gonna do it. On the day that new episodes come out, we need to go on a social media blackout until we watch the episode so that we don't get spoiled.
I can't resist. Because I'll react either way. Like, you can do that, but I'll probably still... I don't know. We'll talk about this. So, G says, yeah, no, I can't do that. My curiosity gets the better of me.
But the thing is like, if they're going to keep giving us a bajillion fucking stills... Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, my pattern recognition is too good to not put together exactly what's happening with the stills. Mm-hmm. And then the scene they drop is always, like, one of the most emotionally impactful, and it's like, why is that the sneak
I know
peek?
I think we need to have a discussion with the team that is behind the sneak previews that they release.
Call us. We don't have a phone number, but call us.
Call us, beep us, wherever you want to reach us. Yeah. Like, give us a little nothing burger of a scene, like the precursor to the emotional thing, right? But not the actual thing.
So Meg won't do that. So what we can do is agree to the blackout, and Meg can be our canary in the coal mine.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And we can be like, is it safe, or should we not? But the problem is, we did that with the confession scene, and you and Sil were like, I'm watching it. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess I will too. And I wished I hadn't.
Oh,
so
I don't mind. Because
I don't want to keep doing that.
I will still get emotional either way, so.
It's not as impactful for me.
I understand that. We'll have to, I don't know, play it by ear, I guess.
Or they could just not. Remember Supernatural will give us one still? They'd be like, here's 2 stills. Enjoy. Mm-hmm. Here's a 2-word vague-ass sentence, like, summary of the episode.
Yeah. I'd rather have those vague synopses than sneak peek clip, I think.
Yeah. I think they need to choose what they're sneak peeking better. Like, if you're going to do a whole scene, it needs to be something that, like, will interest people but not be, like, the biggest emotional impact scene.
Mm-hmm. Something to make people be like, oh, well, I'm going to watch this then. But, like, the sneak peeks are only online, and the only people who really look at those are the fandom people. They're gonna watch anyway.
We're already watching it.
I know. So, like, who's this for?
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm just terrified of another 7-10 situation.
Yeah, that was not good. That was a bad choice. And we
have some impactful shit that's supposed to be happening. So, and we don't know when it's happening. So that's why I'm kind of like,
yeah. We'll find out. But
batten the hatches.
That's so hard.
I believe in you. We can do it. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much. This has been a fun evening.
Yeah. And you know where to find us. It's wherever you're watching us right now. And we're also on other platforms if you are also on other platforms. So, like, if you're watching us on YouTube, especially our couple, like, regular YouTube commenters, please come talk to us on other social media. We love you.
We love you so much.
Please come talk to us.
Because we're everywhere. We're everywhere,
man.
Which I want to make into like a clip or a graphic. Yeah, so, like, follow us on all the things. If you haven't already, we would love if you rated and reviewed. You can write a review. That would be fantastic on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, especially with our plot device episode coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, preemptively bump that up a little bit. That would be just a little safety net.
And feel free to write a review. Like, I don't think we have any of those.
If you if you've ever listened to our outro, we say leave us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify, blah blah blah, and we'll give you a personal shout out in the next episode. If you just, like, rate us 5 stars, we can't see.
We don't know who you are.
We don't know who you are. We can't see ratings from anyone unless you leave a comment. So if you do want a personal shout out or write a review, and we will give you a personal shout out. We will.
But we need to know who you are.
Yes.
we should say this at the beginning next time.
Probably.
Yeah, I know.
We need to change our outro is probably what we need to do.
I think we do need to, like, re-record.
Yeah.
Some
stuff.
Some part of it. So,
some stuff.
Anyways. Yes. Again, 10 minutes later.
This is our Jewish goodbye.
Bye, Kenny.
Bye, Kenny. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
We'll talk to you next time, or next time we have a freak out about something over on, like, Twitter and Instagram and
which
all,
is
all the stuff
daily,
which will probably be in the next couple days.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Now I have to end it everywhere and seem like a senior citizen. Even though I know where the buttons are, it's just like I have to do it 3 places. It's so many places.
I'm sorry, I could do it a couple places, but
do you want to get StreamYard?
All right.
Did you get StreamYard?
Goodbye.
Oh my god, where the